Qing City, the underground black market, a chaotic place rife with shady dealings. "Boss, I want to sell a kidney," a voice rang out. "Oh, and a cornea too." The black market doctor looked doubtful. "Kid, are you serious? You've sold all sorts of organs in the past 6 months." "It's fine," the young man asserted. "To save my gravely ill sister, any price is worth it." "All right, you've got guts, kid." The doctor swung up his cleaver. "I'll go all the way." A scream tore through the night, signaling the start of the brutal surgery. A heavy landing on the wet street, bone-piercing pain, my kneecap, my hip joint. He dragged himself into an alley, his body falling apart. The incision on his abdomen and his empty eye socket were still bleeding, but he merely smirked. "It's all good. Luckily no one followed me." Immediately, a golden light enveloped his injured eye, beginning the regeneration process. The wound on his abdomen also quickly closed under his extraordinary recovery ability. With these 30,000, plus the previous amount, it should be enough for the class transfer ritual. He smiled, clutching the wad of cash he'd exchanged for his flesh and blood. "A sick sister?" he sneered as he walked through the empty alley. "Do you really believe that fabricated story?" "That's right. My name is Yahello, a transmigrator, a genuine orphan. And this world." Yahello stood before the academy gates, his gaze distant. "Is a place teeming with magical beasts, strange creatures, and countless dungeon instances, a harsh place to survive. Until I discovered my unique ability, body regeneration, which can heal all injuries, even regrow lost organs. I use that very ability to sell organs, all to earn enough money for the class transfer ritual and to awaken my power. Only then can I stand firm in this treacherous world and protect those I care about. And today," Yahello looked at his phone, his eyes shining brightly, "is the day of that momentous ritual." Yahello was spotted by his classmates, who whispered about how a poor student like him could participate in the class transfer ritual. He earnestly explained to Teacher Wang that he had to borrow a sum of money to get this opportunity. In the back, others discussed, believing that if he received a useless class, his whole life would be wasted. Teacher Wang placed a hand on Yahello's shoulder, encouraging him. "Since things have come to this, do your best. Hurry inside." In the vast square, hundreds of students silently waited under the watchful eye of the principal. The principal spoke in a dignified voice, calling the next person's name. A male student named Gao Daiyu stepped forward, his heart heavy with thoughts of the expensive fee and a bleak future if he failed. "Place your hand on it and relax your entire body," the principal instructed as the anxious student touched the orb. The result appeared. Class: a poultry farmer, a support-type class. The principal offered words of comfort. "Don't be discouraged. There are only useless people, not useless classes." Immediately after, a beautiful girl with fiery red hair stepped out, confidently calling the next person. The crowd immediately erupted in excited cheers. "Look, it's Zhuganini." The principal smiled and wished her luck, and Zhuganini politely thanked him. As soon as she placed her hand on the orb, a colossal pillar of fire erupted, terrifying power spreading throughout the space. The principal was stunned, then burst into joy. "This is an SSS rank fire mage. Qingcheng Academy can finally hold its head high." Amidst the chaotic crowd stirred by the shocking result, Yahello merely observed silently. He thought to himself, an SSS rank fire mage can contend with an entire army. That kid is truly lucky. The principal immediately promised Zhuganini, "Your SSS rank class transfer is a big deal. I will discuss a training plan with you." As Zhuganini stepped down amidst admiration, the principal called the last person's name, Yahello. Yahello strode past the school's goddess, his gaze firm. "I won't be a supporting character for you." Yahello, his eyes burning, faced destiny. "I've waited for this moment, to live a miserable life, or defy fate and change my destiny." He decisively placed his hand on the awakening orb, deciding everything in a single moment. An earth-shattering surge of energy erupted, transforming into a colossal green dragon that roared. Yahello was stunned as surging power enveloped his body, an unprecedented phenomenon. The entire hall was stunned, from the principal to Zhuganini. Another phenomenon. Could Yahello also be SSS rank? Standing amidst the dissipating energy smoke, Yahello asked blankly, "Principal, what's going on?" The principal regained his dignified composure, solemnly declared, "Yahello, combat class SSS rank forbidden spellmaster," but immediately after, he himself was shocked to realize, wait, an SSS rank forbidden spellmaster. The applause turned into mocking laughter. The crowd whispered about the curse of the short-lived class. Zhuganini looked down from above, uttering words of pity. What a pity, an SSS rank forbidden spellmaster. His life is practically over. Malicious taunts like ghosts surrounded Yahello, dragging him from heaven straight down to hell. The principal placed a hand on his shoulder, comforting him. "Yahello, don't be too negative. Better to have one glorious minute and then fade, than." Encouraged, Yahello wiped away his tears, asserting, "I want to shine, to bring glory to the school." But deep down, he He merely sneered. Die young, huh? What do you fools know about my immortality? The ceremony concluded. Twilight descended upon the school in silence. Yilin trudged along the road home, thinking to himself, today was really tiring. I'll go home and get some good sleep. Suddenly, a familiar voice rang out from behind. Classmate Yilin. Zhuge Nini blocked his path with a surprising offer. Team up with me. I don't want you to die too quickly. Yilin merely smiled politely and refused. Thank you for your concern, but I'll pass. Rejected, Zhuge Nini angrily called Yilin a fool who was seeking his own death, then turned and walked away. Yilin walked alone, secretly thinking the girl just now was really strange. As soon as he went up the stairs, Yilin was blocked by a group of thugs. Oh, isn't this the SSS rank student, Yilin? He coldly replied. Get out of the way. I'm going home. Vaguely guessing in his mind where this trouble came from, the leader sneered. Going home? To your 10 square meter dog kennel? Yilin, call me dad, and I'll get you a security guard position at the G Corporation. He continued to hurl insults. Tomorrow you'll be working at the G Corporation. Once you have money, buy some incense for your dead, orphaned family. The taunt, does an orphan even deserve a family, cut into his painful memories like a knife. His limit was broken. Yilin growled. You forced my hand, summoning a terrifying eye of energy. He roared in utter fury. Don't you dare mention my lost family. A terrifying surge of energy erupted from the ground, throwing the entire group of thugs away. The leader screamed in panic. Yilin, are you crazy? You dare to use forbidden spells? Facing their horror, Yilin just coldly raised his hand in provocation. Come at me. The whole gang, scared shitless, turned and fled for their lives, screaming, Yilin's gone mad, save yourselves. Watching the trash who had just been so arrogant run away like scared dogs, Yilin clicked his tongue in disdain. He stood in the middle of the crater he had created, muttering, my duodenum. It feels like it's been roasted. From afar, Zhuge Nini witnessed everything, uttering contemptuously, Idiot. Yilin, you're not worthy to stand beside me. Night fell, and an old apartment complex was enveloped in silence. Arriving home, Yilin tossed his backpack onto the chair, finally able to breathe a sigh of relief. Back in his rented room, he began to calculate, sacrificing my heart to summon the destructive purple lightning. So if I want the chaos divine lightning, won't I surely die? Arriving home, Yilin collapsed onto the chair, dizziness washing over him as the price for his regenerative power. Exhausted, he looked up at the ceiling light, a feeling of weariness engulfing his body. Meanwhile, Jiling Yu ran home to tell his father. Dad, you have to send someone to kill that guy. His father coldly replied, deeming it too risky and unprofitable to mess with someone who uses SSS rank spell. He put out his cigarette, teaching his son. Use our G family's greatest advantage, money, to target his weakness. The next day at Qingcheng Academy, students had gathered in full for the important exam. Yilin walked over, yawning, completely unaware that he had become the center of gossip after yesterday's battle. Suddenly, a familiar voice rang out. Yilin, Jiling Yu, smiling, blocked his path, offering breakfast and milk. Good morning, I brought you some food. Yilin narrowed his eyes warily. Can't beat me, so you're trying to poison me. But the young master quickly denied it. You awakened me, like a bolt of lightning, Jiling Yu explained, making Yilin lose patience. Just tell me what you want. The young master suddenly knelt down, sincerely declaring, I want to call you Big Brother. Yilin was stunned, but Jiling Yu insisted that he was the great role model he needed to follow. Sensing an opportunity, Yilin smirked. If that's the case, paying a little tuition is only right, isn't it? He walked while naming his price. Transfer 2 million to this account. Consider it the first semester's tuition. Though stunned, Jiling Yu quickly agreed just as the loudspeaker announced that the novice secret realm had opened. The examination gate, a deep blue energy vortex, began to activate in the middle of the stadium. Yilin's 5-person team, including Zhuge Nini and Gao Dayu, together chanted their victory slogan. From above, Principal Gao and elders from other schools were observing, discussing Qingcheng's 2 extraordinary SSS rank rookies. The red-bearded elder spoke sarcastically. Why aren't you saying anything? Are you all born mute? Dissatisfied with the principal's attitude, the other elders successively made excuses and left. A voice echoed everywhere, signaling the official start of the exam. All examinees, begin entering the examination grounds. Amidst the shifting light, Zhuge Nini still tried to invite him. Yilin, it's not too late to team up with me now, but only received a blunt refusal. Rejected, the red-haired girl muttered angrily. How arrogant. Since you want to die so soon, I won't stop you. Yilin rushed forward alone through the chaotic space, heading towards an unknown battlefield. He landed alone in a dense forest, completely separated from the other examinees. Yilin quickly realized the situation. Huh? Why am I the only one here? Is this a random teleportation? Immediately, A leopard cat sprang out from the bushes, but he merely smirked. "Oh, so it's just a kitten." Yilin raised his hand, gathering electricity, deciding to turn the monster into a test subject. "A perfect chance to try my forbidden art on you." A bolt of lightning struck down, instantly destroying the monster, and a system notification appeared. He muttered calculations, clearly dissatisfied with the meager amount of experience gained compared to the price paid. Suddenly, a surprise attack sent Yilin flying, but he only felt excited by the approaching horde of monsters. He stomped his foot firmly on the ground, regaining his balance steadily. Yilin stood upright, facing an entire army of roaring shadow monsters charging towards him. His eyes sharpened, deciding to unleash his trump card. "Let me test the new forbidden spell I've learned on you all." He tensed, unleashing a massive destructive energy surge in the form of a ghostly skull. The power of the forbidden spell erupted, wiping out the entire horde of monsters in an instant. Standing amidst the aftermath of the explosion, Yilin was confident in his new power, ready to face any enemy. Yilin fought alone, charging left and right amidst the encirclement of fierce monsters. Despite the danger, he stood firm, preparing for a decisive blow. "I've aged this much in just 5 minutes?" He realized the forbidden art was eroding his own life force. But Yilin cast aside his fear, growling, "Continue, disregard life preservation." He rushed forward, shouting, "Sacrifice!" His hand pressed firmly onto the ground, activating a massive magic formation. Forbidden spell, world, destroying karmic fire. A destructive blue pillar of flame erupted, engulfing everything. A series of notifications appeared, confirming countless monsters had been annihilated in a single blow. "Amazing! I've gone straight to level 3. Yilin cheered amidst the sea of fire, delighted to have learned a new forbidden spell. Meanwhile, in another forest, the solitary figure of Juganini appeared under the moonlight. She was stunned by the scene of devastation. So many monsters burned to ashes. What happened? Approaching a lingering flame, she realized, "This light. Is it hellfire? Why is there such a strong fire elemental fluctuation?" she wondered, disbelieving that any other fire user was here. Her eyes gleamed sharply, as if she had sensed something. "It seems Ching Chung truly has its hidden talents," she declared. "I, Juge Nini, will definitely find you." Returning to Yilin, he was roasting massive chunks of monster meat over a bonfire. "This three-eyed demon pig meat is insanely delicious," he mumbled, devouring it to recover energy. After eating his fill, he stood up, ready for the next hunt. Time to go to a more distant area to farm monsters. Suddenly, a voice echoed from the darkness. "Yilin, is that you?" Making him jump and turn around. A beauty in red emerged from the shadows, asking, "Yilin, what are you doing here?" Yilin cursed inwardly. "Damn it, why did I run into her? I absolutely cannot let her discover my secret." He quickly replied, "I'm just roasting some food." But Juganini cut him off. "I already told you, forbidden spellmasters aren't suited to go alone." She turned her back, coldly saying, "I don't have time to team up with you. Stop following me." Which only made Yilin click his tongue in annoyance. He couldn't understand her logic, thinking to himself, "Is this woman missing a few brain cells?" Suddenly, Juganini turned back and asked, "Oh right, did you see anyone else pass by here? Someone extremely skilled in fire magic, perhaps even proficient in hellfire." Yilin felt a pang of guilt, but quickly fabricated a story. "Hellfire? Ah, yes, I saw him. A handsome guy. He went that way," telling himself to be more careful later. Believing him, Juganini immediately set off in the indicated direction. As she walked, she muttered regretfully, "Because of that, Yilin. Otherwise, I would have caught up with that hellfire user." Suddenly, a surge of killing intent made her stop, raising her head in vigilance. A colossal monster appeared behind her, making her exclaim in horror. A level 8 dragonblood behemoth? The monster swung its claws to attack, but she managed to dodge the devastating blow in time. Staggering to her feet, she realized in despair, "Why is there a level 8 monster here? There's no way I can win." She looked around in vain. "Where's Yilin?" That coward must have run far away by now. With no retreat, Jugnini unleashed her fireball storm to counterattack. A barrage of fireballs slammed directly into the behemoth's massive body. However, the monster merely opened its glowing golden eyes slightly, completely unharmed. It let out a roar, then leaped into the air, preparing to crush the girl below. Facing death, Jugnini summoned her grimoire, growling, "I will fight you to the very end." Juganini unleashed a series of powerful fireballs, but the dragonblood behemoth easily blocked them with its bony wings. What? The girl couldn't believe her eyes. Instantly, she was blasted away by a destructive surge of energy. The level 8 monster stood towering, its power truly overwhelming. Her body covered in injuries, Jugnini despaired. "I was too arrogant. To die in a place like this, it's too humiliating." Suddenly, a blazing red pillar of fire descended from the sky. The raging energy transformed into the shape of a colossal beast. The dragonblood behemoth was swallowed by the hellfire in the blink of an eye. Juganini was stunned. "That's hellfire." The level 8 behemoth was killed instantly? She looked up, seeing a figure standing on a tree branch, and asked, Was it you who saved me? Thank you, may I know your name? The mysterious figure in black, with a covered face, coldly replied, Just call me Ling Yi. A fleeting moment of confusion and emotion appeared on Zhuge Nini's face. She quickly continued, Classmate Ling Yi, which academy are you from? You saved me. I must thank you properly. No need. I was just passing by, the person replied, thinking inwardly that he didn't want any further involvement. Seeing him about to leave, she quickly stood up and called out, Ling Yi, please wait. He turned back, his tone warning, Don't follow me, it's very dangerous ahead. Besides, I think you should change your clothes first. The reminder made Zhuge Nini blush, and a torn piece of fabric from her chest fell off. Utterly embarrassed, she could only let out a scream, then collapse to the ground. Looking after the retreating figure of her savior, Zhuge Nini shouted, Ling Ye, just you wait. The day will come when I catch up and stand by your side. Meanwhile, Ye Lin had quickly left the dense forest. Letting out a sigh of relief, he thought to himself, She probably won't follow me anymore. What an idiot. Because of her, I wasted too much time. I need to level up faster. Suddenly, a new forbidden spell appeared. Undying. Sacrifice 2 years of lifespan to become immune to one fatal attack. Ye Lin rejoiced, realizing that with this forbidden spell, he would no longer fear being ambushed from behind. Even forbidden spells requiring the sacrifice of a heart or head, he could be immune to. This is truly a masterpiece. Now, nothing can stop me from grinding levels. At the same time, in the observation area, parents were discussing the final day of the exam. The principal of Qingqing Academy smiled in greeting, only to be mocked by another elder for boasting about 2 SSS rank students. The principal humbly replied, expressing hope that this year's record would be broken. Suddenly, an authoritative voice rang out, Principals, it seems you're all in high spirits. The newcomer was Zhuge Qianxing, Qingqing City's top astrologer, who had come to visit his daughter. The principal immediately praised, Nini is the pride of our academy. Suddenly, the secret realm's teleportation gate rippled, and a shout rang out, Look, someone's coming out. The group was astonished, wondering why someone was coming out when the time hadn't ended yet. Zhuge Nini's graceful figure emerged from the spatial vortex, her attire fully restored. She was surprised to see her father and the principal, while they eagerly asked about her current level. Zhuge Nini confidently declared, I've reached level 12, as a notification board confirmed her as a level 12 fire maid. The elders and principals gasped in astonishment. What? Level 12? Has the record been broken already? Zhuge Qianxing playfully chided his daughter, suggesting she could have reached level 13 if she had stayed longer. But she merely replied, it was too boring inside. Zhuge Nini's eyes gleamed with determination as she thought to herself, I came out early just to find you. Ye Lin, don't even think about escaping this time. Meanwhile, in a deadly forest within the secret realm, Ye Lin suddenly sneezed and wondered, That's odd. Is someone talking smack about me? He realized he had cleared out all the demonic beasts in the level 10 area and muttered to himself, Did I kill them too quickly? To expand his search range, Ye Lin decided, In that case, let's try out my newly learned forbidden technique. He sacrificed a kidney, activated the swift feather forbidden technique, and roared, 10 times agility. Even an A rank wouldn't have this speed. Haha, excellent. Ye Lin was ecstatic, shooting off like an arrow. His body transformed into a streak of blue light, tearing through the air and piercing through the forest at incredible speed. The surrounding scenery was nothing but blurry streaks, left behind in the blink of an eye. Finally, he found his new targets. A pack of ferocious cyclone mantises. Ye Lin looked down with a hunter's gaze. 3 cyclone mantises? They're mine. Without hesitation, he continued his sacrifice. I sacrifice my bladder. A destructive bolt of lightning descended from the sky, bearing its name, Forbidden Technique, World-Ending Frenzied Thunder. Back outside, Zhuge Nini calmly watched other examinees frantically rushing out of the teleportation gate. She started to feel impatient when she didn't see the person she was waiting for. That's strange. Why hasn't Ye Lin appeared yet? The elders also began to discuss the absence of the other SSS rank student. With only 3 minutes left, Zhuge Nini reassured herself. Did I miss Ye Lin? No way. I've been standing here waiting the whole time. Suddenly, she looked up. A familiar figure was rushing out of the teleportation gate. Huh? That silhouette. It must be him. Zhuge Nini was stunned when the person who emerged was Ye Lin, who casually replied, Time's up, so I came out. Is there a problem? She turned her face away, coldly uttering a dismissive remark. How could it be a coward like you? Leave me alone. Faced with such an inexplicable attitude, Ye Lin merely frowned in annoyance. Huh? Are you crazy? Just then, the principal appeared, eagerly asking, Ye Lin, you're finally out. What level are you now? Ye Lin confidently declared his rank. An unbelievable number. I'm level 16. The crowd was shaken, calculating that to reach that level, he must have eliminated 1,200 level 10 monsters. Principal Gao burst with pride, putting an arm around his student. Well done. You are the pride of Qingcheng Academy. Meanwhile, elders from other academies had their own explanation. What's so strange about level 16? He's a forbidden technique master after all. Whispers began to rise, suggesting that Ye Lin had frantically traded his life just for a bit of fleeting fame. Elder Su from Yutai Academy stepped forward to question, accusing Principal Gao of pushing students to their deaths for honor. But Ye Lin firmly replied that this was his own choice, to shine brightly just once. Zhuge Qianqing applauded his spirit, asserting, no matter what, he is still number 1 in this exam. He approached, introduced himself as Zhuge Nini's father, and offered to help Ye Lin in the future. Suddenly, a red-robed elder objected. Who said he's number 1? When Ling Ye comes out, his level definitely won't be lower. When no one knew who Ling Ye was, she remained adamant, making Ye Lin secretly think. Stupid woman, just keep waiting here. Feeling there was nothing more to say, Ye Lin asked the principal and Mr. Zhuge for permission to return and rest. As soon as he left, the secret realm gate closed, and Zhuge Nini desperately wailed because she didn't see the person she was waiting for, blaming Ye Lin for everything. She turned to scold her father, but Zhuge Qinjingli asked, I believe you. So did you come out early just to identify him? Then he put forth a hypothesis that stunned everyone. Nini, is it possible that Ye Lin is the Ling Ye you're looking for? Zhuge Nini still insisted. How can Ye Lin compare to Ling Ye? He's as timid as a rabbit. At the same time, in an apartment in the city, Ye Lin suddenly let out a loud sneeze. He mumbled, Who's talking bad about me? It must be that silly girl Zhuge Nini again. Suddenly, a knock on the door made him curious. Who's looking for me at this hour? Outside the door was a stranger in a suit, who introduced himself as Manager Wang of Brain Boost King Company. The manager got straight to the point, inviting Ye Lin to be their brand ambassador for a generous fee. Hearing about money, Ye Lin's eyes lit up, and he asked directly, How generous is generous? Manager Wang smiled, held out a bottle of medicine, and announced a shocking figure. 3 million. Ye Lin was stunned, while the manager rattled on about the product's miraculous effects. Thinking to himself, this bargain is worth a few kidneys, Ye Lin decided to try it on the spot. He didn't hesitate, chugging the entire bottle of brain tonic in one go. The taste is all right, a bit sweet, he remarked, but then felt something was off. Just a little dizzy, that was his last thought before collapsing. Ye Lin collapsed onto the sofa, while Manager Wang flashed a cunning smile and called to report, Boss, bring him over. In a secluded place under the moonlight, a subordinate wondered, why go to all this trouble for just a student? In the dark room, Manager Wang bowed before another man, who ordered, Step back. Unauthorized personnel forbidden. The man bent down to examine Ye Lin, his voice trembling with astonishment. All the organs he sold me have grown back. He clutched his face, ecstatic with madness. With this kid, I'll grasp the secret of regeneration. A savage laugh echoed, as he sank into fantasies of impending endless power and wealth. Hearing a sound, the boss startled and turned around. Huh? He was horrified to see Ye Lin awake. How can this be? My tranquilizer can knock out an elephant for 6 hours. Ye Lin remained calm, crossing his arms. I'm more curious about how you've been tracking me. The boss regained his arrogant demeanor, summoning his weapon. Kid, surrender obediently. Oh, so you're also a level 20 class. Changer. Ye Lin decided to act. Looks like there's no other way. Using fire magic would easily burn this place down. It's better not to make a fuss. A terrifying cold aura emanated as he chanted, Forbidden spell, Eternal Frost Spear. Enveloped by the ice, the boss panicked. What's happening? What kind of magic is this? He tried to attack with his short blade but couldn't even scratch the ice. I don't believe I can't cut through it. Completely frozen, he screamed in despair. Impossible. You're only level 16. What kind of monster are you? Ye Lin calmly sat down on a chair. All right, now we can talk properly. Besides you, does anyone else know about my abilities? He stood up, his gaze cold. Good, I'll believe you for now. I'll finish this quickly. A punch was thrown, aimed directly at the ice statue. Both the ice block and the person inside shattered into tiny fragments. Ye Lin turned and walked away. After drinking that disgusting stuff, I'd better sacrifice this stomach first. In the darkness, the remaining subordinates were eliminated in the blink of an eye. Ye Lin grabbed Manager Wang, the sole survivor. Speak. Who is behind all of this? Faced with the menacing electricity in Ye Lin's hand, he was utterly terrified. Speak or die. I'll talk. I'll talk. He cried out in tears. Our boss is the king of Qingcheng's underworld, Kensen. Hearing the familiar name, Ye Lin mused. Kensen? This has gotten complicated. At the Qingcheng black market, a powerful boss coldly asked his subordinate, What did you say? Ken Sen couldn't believe his ears. Jihu is missing? He went missing after dealing with a poor student? The bald subordinate reported. When our people arrived, the farm had been burned down, definitely caused by a fire element awakened one. Rage erupted. Ken Sen smashed the floor, roaring, "Investigate immediately. Find him at all costs." Meanwhile, Ji Lingyu warmly welcomed Ye Lin to his mansion, completely unaware that the poor student was right in front of him. Yi Lin acted superior, dismissing the matter of money. "Since you've called me big brother, you're my subordinate, and money is no longer important." Ji Lingyu put his arm around Ye Lin intimately, inviting him into the house as if he were family. But deep down, Ji Lingyu sneered. Dad was right. Yi Lin really is simple-minded. Yi Lin also had his own calculations. As long as I hide in the Ji family mansion, I don't believe Ken Sen would dare send people here to capture me. As soon as he stepped into the hall, Ye Lin was overwhelmed by the long line of beautiful maids welcoming him. He couldn't help but secretly think about the vastly different, luxurious lives of the upper class. Ji Lingyu made a tempting offer. "Big brother, which one do you like? Tonight I'll have them sent to your room." After refusing the offer, Ye Lin was urged by Ji Lingyu to change clothes to prepare for something big. Yi Lin asked curiously, while Ji Lingyu only smiled mysteriously. "You'll know when we get there." The place they arrived at was Qing Cheng's annual auction, the most luxurious event. Ignoring Ji Lingyu's introduction, Ye Lin went straight to the food counter. "I'll fill my stomach first." Ji Lingyu watched him with a contemptuous gaze, secretly thinking, "Poor folk will always be poor folk." Ye Lin devoured his food, telling himself, "I sacrificed an entire stomach. I need to eat more to compensate." Suddenly, a familiar voice rang out from behind, making Ye Lin look up from his meal. "Ye Lin? Why are you here?" In the crowd, a girl with blue-gray hair recognized an acquaintance and turned to ask Zhuge Nini. "Nini, who is he?" Yi Lin, still eating, thought exasperatedly, "Why do I keep running into this silly girl everywhere?" Lu Yanwei asked curiously, "I remember you once said you met a fire element genius. Could it be him?" But Zhuge Nini dismissed it. "No. He's the coward who abandoned me. Let's go." Watching the two girls walk away, Ye Lin smirked. "I wonder what her face would look like if she knew I was Ling Yi." Suddenly, a group of men in dress shoes aggressively approached, breaking the atmosphere. It turned out to be Ji Lingyu, who solemnly introduced to his subordinates. "This is my big brother, Ye Lin." The subordinates immediately protested, but Ji Lingyu just asked disdainfully, "Do you know what level my big brother is now?" The revealed information stunned everyone. Yi Lin had reached level 16, the top of the novice secret realm. Yi Lin put his arm around Ji Lingyu, acting superior and promising, "If only we could go outside the city, I'd lead you to level up." The offer made the subordinates overjoyed, but Ji Lingyu deflated. "But we're forbidden from leaving the city before the exam." Ye Lin then suggested a loophole, then sighed, "Even though my level is high, I don't have any equipment." Ji Lingyu immediately seized the opportunity, confidently declaring, "Equipment? Easy." At a luxurious auction, Ji Lingyu generously promised, "As long as you lead me to level up, I'll buy anything you want here." Ye Lin feigned surprise, while Ji Lingyu firmly asserted that his father would pay for everything in exchange for high scores. The stage lights came on, and a graceful female auctioneer stepped out and greeted the audience. She introduced herself, "I am Qing Qing, today's auctioneer from Zhenbao Auction House." After her greetings, the entire hall erupted in warm applause. The first item was presented. An epic fire element skill scroll with a starting price of 500,000. Immediately, hands went up, and the price was pushed up to 600,000 inches the blink of an eye. Amidst the lively atmosphere, Zhuge Qianqing calmly shouted, 3 million! Causing the crowd to exclaim in awe. Yi Lin stood in a corner, secretly thinking about the extravagance of the rich and feeling smug about his identity as a forbidden spellmaster who didn't need buying and selling skills. Ji Lingyu reminded his big brother, who was using the alias Lingyu, to bid if he saw any useful items. The auctioneer Qing Qing introduced the next item, the Imperial Dragon Ruyi Ring, a supreme treasure with a starting price of 2 million. Immediately, the hall erupted, with bids being placed continuously in fierce competition. Yi Lin smirked, recognizing the value of the ring, and ordered Ji Lingyu, bid. Ji Lingyu obediently turned to his father, and the powerful man simply nodded in agreement. Chairman Ji shouted a bid of 8 million, secretly calculating that after Ye Lin died, this item would return to the family. Just as victory seemed certain, the 8 million bid was called out for the second time. Suddenly, a voice rang out. "I bid 10 million. Ken Sen, the underworld boss, boldly entered with his subordinates. Chairman Ji was stunned to recognize the disruptor, wondering why this notorious boss had appeared here. Yi Lin was also startled to recognize Ken Sen, a person he clearly didn't want to encounter. He quickly turned away, telling himself he couldn't let Ken Sen discover his presence. Chairman Ji questioned him, but Ken Sen only growled in response. "You killed my men. And now you want me to explain? While denying it, Chairman Ji defiantly raised the bid to 12 million, turning the auction into a battle of honor. Ken Sen sneered, accepted the challenge, and declared he would see this game through to the end. In another scene, a subordinate reported to Ken Sen that the suspicious car had been confirmed to return to the Ji family villa. With the evidence in hand, Ken Sen put on a mask, his eyes burning with hatred, swearing to annihilate the entire Ji family while the ring was sold for 12 million. Finally, Chairman Ji handed the ring to Yahello, asking if he liked the expensive gift he had just won. After Ken Sen left, Ji Lingyu curiously asked his father about the man's identity. Yahello subtly advised Chairman Ji to be more cautious, as a tall tree catches much wind. The Imperial Dragon Ruyi ring not only greatly increases spiritual attributes, but also blesses the wearer with 10 luck points. Yahello promised to guide Ji Lingyu, making Chairman Ji happily declare that he would cover all the equipment Yahello needed. Returning to his room, Ji Lingyu was tired but excited, urging his big brother to choose whatever he wanted. A series of treasures were laid out: the Thunder Ring, the Moon Melt Necklace, and the Yin-Yang Twin Bracelet. Yahello smirked, deciding to take them all, especially the pair of bracelets that could conceal the secret of his regeneration ability. He held the Starfall Blade in his hand, a divine weapon capable of infinitely increasing power under starlight. A giant blue tiger spirit roared behind Yahello as he declared, "With this weapon, we will be invincible." Meanwhile, elsewhere, Juganini soaked in her bathtub, annoyed and wondering what the Ji family saw in the coward Yahello. She speculated that their spending over 100 million on a useless person surely hid some dark conspiracy. Just then, a butler entered, reporting that Lu Yanwei had arrived, bringing information about the person she was looking for. Juganini immediately brightened, hastily ordering them to wait, believing this was news about Lingye. Donning a luxurious black dress, Juganini got straight to the point. "Yanwei, is there any information about Lingye?" Lu Yanwei introduced her companion. "Nini, this is Investigator Zhuge Huang. He has information about Lingye." Juganini anxiously asked again when the investigator reported that it wasn't good news. Investigator Zhuge Huang revealed a catastrophic fire at Qingcheng Farm, and the remaining traces pointed directly to Lingye. "Impossible," Juganini screamed, vehemently denying. "If he were a killer, he wouldn't have saved me." Lu Yanwei tried to calm her agitated friend, while the investigator continued to ask about Lingye's other relationships. Investigator Zhuge Huang presented a shocking conclusion. According to the investigation, it's highly probable that Yahello is Lingye. Juganini shot up, vehemently protesting. "Absurd. Yahello is just a coward. How could he be Lingye?" Zhuge Huang's eyes flashed with a purple light as he activated his lie detection ability, pressing, "Are you sure?" Trusting the results of his ability, the investigator temporarily set aside his suspicions and left with Lu Yanwei. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Ji Lingyu excitedly led his big brother Yahello to the Job Changers Guild to test out his new equipment. Facing the receptionist, Yahello calmly requested, "I'm level 16, but give me a level 40 training room." Immediately after, he faced an entire room full of level 40 training dummies by himself. Hundreds of glowing red eyes of the inanimate combat machines simultaneously lit up, ready for battle. Yahello drew his sword, a confident smile on his lips. "No cameras, so I can go all out." He swung the life sword, roaring the spell's name, Burning Reincarnation. A single slash created a colossal azure sword chi, sweeping away everything in its path. Standing amidst the wreckage, Yahello exclaimed with satisfaction, "Good. Let's try other spells." Outside, Ji Lingyu was still bragging to the receptionist about his big brother's intense training. Yahello walked out, nonchalantly saying, "A level 40 training room that gets destroyed by a level 16 person like this. The quality is too poor. I won't be paying for it." With that, he and Ji Lingyu turned and left, leaving the receptionist bewildered. Sensing something amiss, the girl quickly turned to look at the training room door. The sight inside left her speechless. The entire spacious room was now nothing but desolate ruins. At the same time, at the Ji family mansion, 2 guards were still solemnly standing guard at the main gate. Suddenly, a poisoned needle tore through the air, embedding itself directly into the neck of one of them. "Hey, what's wrong with you?" the guard exclaimed in panic as his comrade suddenly collapsed. He only had time to freeze for a moment before it was his turn. Inside, Ji Lingyu's father was startled by the noise. "What's going on outside?" The old butler rushed in, breathlessly reporting, "Chairman, run quickly!" But before his warning was finished, he collapsed with a horrified scream. A stranger appeared, smiling sinisterly. "Mr. Ji, we meet again." "Ken Sen!" Ji Lingyu's father roared, drawing a gun and pointing it directly at his enemy. But the assassin's weapon was a step faster, knocking him down without any difficulty. "What a fool, using a gun against an awakened," he scoffed. A subordinate rushed in to report, "Boss, I couldn't find them." The leader angrily roared, "You let those 2 bastards escape? Take him away. I'll let him live a little longer." At the same time, Ye Lin and Ji Lingyu were on their way back to the mansion. Why aren't the lights on? A power outage? Ji Lingyu was surprised by the unusual silence. Ye Lin stopped abruptly, his eyes behind his glasses glinting with a sharp, cold light. The smell of blood, he yelled and dashed at full speed towards the house. Ye Lin's hand rested on the light switch, ready to reveal the horrifying truth. The lights flickered on, revealing a brutal scene with bodies strewn everywhere. No, we must have come to the wrong place. This isn't my house, Ji Lingyu said in shock, while Ye Lin warned, Lingyu, be careful. Ji Lingyu rushed inside, his desperate calls echoing through the house. Dad? Uncle Fu, where are you two? Amidst the wreckage, Ye Lin found a piece of paper and called out to Ji Lingyu. Lingyu, come here and look at this. He handed his friend the clue he had just discovered. On the paper was a cruel ransom note. If you want to save your father, bring Ye Lin to the black market. Every 6 hours, I'll cut off a piece of it. Ji Lingyu crumpled the letter, roaring in fury. It's Ken-sen, I'll kill him. Ye Lin tried to calm his agitated friend, Lingyu. This happened because of me. But Ji Lingyu brushed him off. No, I want to kill him myself and save Dad. Seeing that he couldn't be persuaded, Ye Lin delivered a decisive blow, striking the back of Ji Lingyu's neck while he was still yelling. Big brother, I must. Supporting his fading friend, Ye Lin whispered a promise. Trust me, I'll bring Uncle Ji back safely. He gently laid the unconscious Ji Lingyu on the bed. Ye Lin's eyes turned cold, and he hissed, Ken-sen, I'll show you how terrifying a sorcerer who disregards life and death can be. In a dark, hidden corner of the city, a deathly skull symbol appeared on the mottled wall. This was the Qing City Black Market, guarded by stone-faced individuals. A shadow glided through the night, gently descending from above. Ye Lin, now masked and carrying twin swords, began his infiltration. He hid himself high up, thinking, good thing I'm fast enough. Suddenly, a mysterious smile emerged from the darkness, startling Ye Lin. They found me that fast? Impossible. The enemy's thugs appeared, pointing guns at him. Buddy, what era are we in? Why are you still hiding in the shadows? Countless infrared laser beams locked onto the target, and Ye Lin realized he had been detected by thermal cameras. Cornered, he decided not to hide anymore, muttering, in this situation, charging straight in is the simplest. Ye Lin roared, forbidden art, burning samsara, sacrificing his left arm to unleash a terrifying surge of dark power. Disguised as an old man, Ye Lin clutched his hip, feigning a cry. Oh, my kidneys. The subordinates aimed their guns, one ordering, Big Bro says he's a nuisance. Shoot him. Ye Lin flipped in midair to dodge bullets, and several vials of medicine scattered from his person. A terrifying purple energy explosion engulfed the entire area. The subordinates stared in shock as figures were swallowed by the energy vortex. Returning to his true form, Ye Lin declared, it's come to this. No one who sees me tonight is allowed to leave alive. He charged forward, boldly declaring war. Ken-sen, your master is here. Suddenly, a subordinate appeared, unleashing a move. Wing magic! Wind blade! Ye Lin deftly dodged the attack, secretly astonished. So fast, he quickly analyzed his opponent. A wind element awakener. Level 30 or higher. 2 other figures blocked his path. The man speaking, you brat, daring to come here alone. Aren't you afraid of death? Ye Lin drew his sword, his eyes sharp. You're out of luck, because I brought my sword. He swung his sword, shouting, Starfall Silver! Sorcery! Life sword! Let's see how many times I can stab you. The red-brown-haired subordinate roared furiously. Brat, don't be arrogant. Wind magic. Dragon spear. Ye Lin didn't flinch, charging straight into the confrontation. First sword. The female assassin in purple seized the opportunity to attack from the side. Fast, take this. Wind blade. Ye Lin spun to dodge and counterattacked instantly. Second sword. The female assassin sneered, mocking. Fast, but are you trying to give me a massage? Ye Lin charged forward, confidently declaring, don't worry, just wait and see. You don't even know my swordsmanship yet. Third sword. His blade violently clashed with the red-haired subordinate's weapon. Facing 2 enemies, Ye Lin didn't flinch. Fourth sword. A continuous sword technique was unleashed, from the 5th to the 8th strike, completely dominating the battlefield. Another subordinate screamed in terror as he watched his comrade fall. 7th brother. Ye Lin casually looked at the energy orb in his hand. Ouch. The 8th strike was a bit strong. The remaining subordinate sat on the ground, stammering in despair. How can this be? What kind of swordsmanship is this? Removing his mask, Ye Lin coldly replied, you don't need to know. A sword flash, and the female assassin could only shriek in horror as she saw her comrade fall. 5th brother, she screamed in madness, her ultimate fear turning into an accusation. You're not human. You're a devil. Her last words were just a whisper, devil, before she turned to dust. Ye Lin silently formed hand seals, killing intent condensing, ready for the final suppression. He turned and walked away, his death sentence echoing through the deadly corridor. I already said, No one can leave alive tonight. A terrifying explosion rang out, the wall shattering under an invisible force. The remaining thugs scattered, screaming in despair as their bodies gradually disintegrated. Save me, he can't be killed. At the foot of the stairs, Yaelin began a new hunt, slowly counting. First sword, second sword. Looking disheveled but with eyes full of amusement, he called out to the fleeing figure, "Huh? Don't run, I'll have to count from the beginning." Suddenly, his gaze froze, as if he had discovered something unexpected. A tall figure blocked Yaelin's path. It was Jai Xiuqi, the Qing City Black Market's top warrior, level 42. "Brat, what's your secret?" the man asked curiously. So heavily injured yet still not down, Yaelin panted, trying to buy time. "You put down your axe first, then I'll tell you. Then I'll just have to kill you first and study you later." Jai Xiuqi roared, swinging his giant axe and charging forward. A terrifying explosion echoed as the ground shattered under the force of the blow. Facing danger, Yaelin activated the forbidden art, burning Samsara, dark energy surging around him. Jai Xiuqi sneered. "Haha, so you're a sorcerer. Sacrificing your life for combat power. How long can you last?" The two figures clashed, weapons colliding repeatedly in a flash battle. Yaelin coughed up blood, thinking, indeed, a level 42, Awakener is a strong opponent. A sorcerer using a sword? Jai Xiuqi scoffed. "Your swordsmanship is still far too weak." Yaelin realized the imminent danger, with only one thought in his mind. I have to dodge this attack. But it was too late. A powerful slash tore through his defenses. Blown away like a broken puppet, Yaelin screamed in pain before crashing into the wall. Amidst the rubble, only his hand protruded, motionless. Jai Xiuqi looked disappointed, while Yaelin bitterly admitted, "As expected, my swordsmanship is still lacking." But then, his wounds began to heal miraculously. "Well," Yaelin stood up, "you forced my hand." He began the sacrificial ritual, trading internal organs to summon a terrifying power. As ice spread across the arena, a colossal ice dragon materialized, roaring and coiling around the entire skyscraper. Jai Xiuqi froze, his eyes filled with panic at the absolute power. "Impossible!" he roared as his body began to crack under the bone-chilling cold. The final scream of the black market's strongest warrior echoed, then faded, swallowed by the ice. An entire powerful being was now just a cloud of black dust, dissolving into nothingness. Yaelin coldly declared, "My swordsmanship isn't good enough, but what about my lightning? Go talk to Yan Wang." He staggered forward, the cost of sacrificing too many internal organs leaving him dizzy. Meanwhile, Ken Sen remained relaxed in bed. With Jai Xiuqi there, what could possibly go wrong? The woman beside him was whispering sweet nothings, completely unaware that death was knocking. Suddenly, the room door was shattered into pieces by a surge of green energy. Yaelin appeared, his voice sharp. "Ken Sen, I'm here. Where's Uncle G?" Ken Sen shot up, stunned. "You brat, you made it here? Where's Jai Xiuqi?" "Dead," Yaelin replied curtly. "And you're next." Then charged straight into attack. Ken Sen sneered, blocking the blade with his bare hand. "Haha, kid, you don't stand a chance." With just one hand, he made Yaelin cough up blood. The power disparity too obvious. "Remember this lesson for your next life," Ken Sen growled, choking Yaelin with one hand. He irritably tossed his limp body aside. Damn it. What a waste of my time. But then Ken Sen froze, an ominous feeling making him turn his head. Before his eyes, Yaelin was standing up, his body healing at an incredible speed. You're not dead yet?" Ken Sen stammered, utterly horrified. "Dead? I haven't even had my fun yet," Yaelin retorted, sacrificing his left eye to activate a forbidden art. "What kind of forbidden art is this?" Ken Sen roared, helpless as ice locked his body from his feet up. Yaelin coldly questioned his immobilized enemy. "Speak, where is Uncle G?" "I won't tell you." Ken Sen gritted his teeth, determined not to utter a word. "Then you can lose those hands," Yaelin finished, and Ken Sen screamed in excruciating pain. Suddenly, a loud noise echoed as the door at the end of the hallway burst open. A woman in revealing sleepwear appeared, pointing a gun at Ji Lingyu's father's head. "Stop, or I'll shoot him dead." "Oh, a hostage exchange?" Yaelin smirked, completely unfazed by the new situation. "Don't come closer," she screamed. But Ken Sen roared back, "Get out! I don't need your help." Losing her composure, the woman pulled the trigger, unleashing a volley of bullets at Yaelin. The bullets embedded straight into his body, making Yaelin pause. Seeing him fall, Ken Sen frantically yelled at his accomplice. "Idiot! You can't kill him!" The girl froze as Yaelin, without a scratch, slowly rose from the pool of blood. He calmly raised a finger, and a cold energy began to converge. "Forbidden art?" The woman shrieked in utter terror as the gun in her hand instantly froze. "It was all me." Ken Sen stepped forward to shield her. "She doesn't know anything." "Too noisy," Yaelin dismissed, gliding past both of them and swinging his sword towards the hostage. After defeating Ken Sen, Yaelin coldly questioned the remaining woman. "What are you screaming about? I won't let you escape." The woman watched in horror as Yaelin grabbed the unconscious hostage, stammering, "You killed Ken Sen. Are you going to kill me too?" "Don't be stupid. I never kill women," Yaelin replied curtly, hoisting Jilingyu's father onto his shoulder and turning away. "You're free." Left alone amidst the ruins, the woman could only stare blankly at his retreating back. The scene shifted to a city engulfed in flames, a consequence of the raid on the black market. At the Ji family mansion, Jilingyu was overjoyed to see his father safe in bed. The young man couldn't hold back his tears, while the father comforted his son and reassured him that the family was fine, and Yaelin just quietly watched. Jilingyu's father turned to ask Yaelin how he had rescued him while he was unconscious. Yaelin calmly fabricated a story. "It was my friend, Ling Yi, who saved you from Ken Sen. He even burned down the entire black market." Although still doubtful, Jilingyu's father let it go and reminded them both about the upcoming final exam. Just then, investigator Zhuge Huang and his agents burst in, holding an arrest warrant. "Yaelin, we suspect you are involved in a murder case." Yaelin thought to himself, resisting arrest would be too risky. "I'll just go with them for now." Jilingyu angrily shouted, but Yaelin calmly instructed his father to bail him out, and was promised the best lawyer. At the same time, elsewhere, a room door burst open. An assistant walked in to inform Zuganini. "Nini, we have news about Ling Ye." Zuganini sprang to her feet, her eyes shining brightly. "They found him?" But the assistant announced that Officer Huang was waiting for her downstairs. The assistant quietly stepped into the hallway, coughing a few times. In another space, the mysterious assistant held a phone, his voice full of hidden meaning. "Yaelin, I truly didn't expect you could kill Ken Sen by yourself." Yaelin was being escorted to the Qing City Investigation Bureau headquarters, a future full of interrogations awaiting him. In the cold interrogation room, a man in a black suit walked in to face Yaelin. Maintaining his composure, Yaelin declared, "Until my lawyer arrives, I won't say anything." The interrogator sneered. "Kid, you're quite arrogant." He suddenly grabbed Yaelin's collar, growling, "Speak. Where is that item?" While Yaelin bewilderedly asked back, "What item? Don't pretend anymore. Hand over the key you took from Ken Sen, and I'll let you live," he roared, then threw him against the wall. Although he didn't understand what was happening, Yaelin decided to fabricate a story. "I have the key, but if you kill me, you'll never find it." The interrogator grabbed his hair. "So you really have the key?" And Yaelin continued to stall. "That's right. Let me leave here and I'll give it to you." A devastating punch made Yaelin realize this guy had lost all patience. Collapsing to the floor, he made a request. "Let me make a phone call." And the interrogator contemptuously agreed. Holding the phone, Yaelin thought to himself, "For today's grudge, I'll make you pay back tenfold." 10 minutes later, an elegant figure walked in. Zhuge Qianxing appeared, his tone casual. "Enough. This is what you want." The interrogator immediately changed his attitude, respectfully handed back the key, and left without a word of complaint. Yaelin, both confused by the situation and speaking up, said, "Mr. Zhuge, thank you for saving me." Zhuge Qianxing turned back, his gaze sharp. "Furthermore, if you reveal the secret of your immortal body, everyone will hunt you down." A murderous intent flashed in Yaelin's mind as his biggest secret was exposed. "Huh, he knows my secret? Should I kill him?" He tried to deny it. "Immortal body? What are you talking about?" But Zhuge Qianxing merely smirked. "The murderous aura in your eyes just now said it all. It seems I was right." Facing a wary Yaelin, he made an incredible offer. "Yaelin, would you like to become my disciple?" At Zhuge Qianxing's sudden offer, Yaelin was stunned. "What? Become your disciple?" Yaelin was still confused by the concept of bearing a burden that the astrologer had just mentioned. Zhuge Qianxing suddenly pulled out a key, making Yaelin wonder. "This key? Didn't you already give it to him?" "That one was fake," he explained, placing the real key in his hand. "This is the ancient apocalypse key." He revealed that it was a supreme artifact, capable of opening power gates scattered across the planet. Yaelin stared at the ancient key, feeling the weight of destiny in his palm. Although he accepted becoming a disciple because he had no other choice, he still lacked confidence. "I'm not sure I can complete this." Zhuge Qianxing patted his shoulder encouragingly and said, "That's right. There's one more thing I need to entrust to you. After I die," he smiled, "please take good care of Nini for me." Yaelin was completely bewildered by this unexpected entrustment. He scratched his head, trying to deflect. "Master, you will surely live a very long time." Zhuge Qianxing just laughed heartily, told him not to rush, and together they left the cold detention room. Immediately after, at the magnificent Zhuge family mansion, Zhuge Nini, having just arrived home, was furious. "Impossible. How could father accept a coward like you as a disciple?" From the sofa, Yaelin casually replied, Why don't you go ask him? Zhuge Nini immediately ran to question her father, who was coming down the stairs. Father, what is this guy doing in our house? Zhuge Qianqing not only admitted it, but also dropped a bombshell. Yi Lin is the Ling Yi you've been looking for. Zhuge Nini sneered, her eyes full of disdain. He's Ling Yi? What a joke. Even my father was fooled by you. She spun around, declaring, in this house, if he's here, I'm not. Just wait, I'll find the real Ling Yi. Zhuge Qianqing reassured Ye Lin. Never mind. No one in Qing City dares to touch her. She's just a bit arrogant. The final exam is coming soon, he continued, and handed Ye Lin a box. This is a gift for you. It might be helpful. Ye Lin curiously opened the box. What is this? Inside was the illusion skin, a treasure that could completely change one's appearance. Ye Lin smiled. Excellent. Thank you, master. At the gathering point, Ji Lingyu joyfully waved. Big brother, you're finally here. He excitedly recounted Ye Lin's apprenticeship, but Zhuge Nini, standing nearby, interjected scornfully. My father was tricked by this scoundrel. Ji Lingyu immediately defended. Hey, Zhuge Ni, I won't let you slander my big brother. The academy's bus rolled to the assembly point. Before all the students, Principal Gao declared passionately, today is the final exam day. I hope all of you achieve good scores. The crowd responded in unison with a resounding cheer. Success! 30 minutes later, the convoy arrived before the majestic Qingcheng City Gate. The students, witnessing the colossal gate for the first time, couldn't help but exclaim in awe. Yi Lin turned to instruct Ji Lingyu. Later, when we go out, stick close to me. We'll follow the plan. Principal Gao announced the first test, traversing 10 kilometers of wilderness teeming with demonic beasts to reach the examination area. The heavy city gate slowly opened with a resounding roar. Ye Lin, Ji Lingyu, and Zhuge Nini stood at the front. The final exam officially began. The entire group surged out like a flood. Zhuge Nini shouted defiantly, Ye Lin, I won't lose to you. From atop the city wall, a group of elders observed. One commented, last year there were only 5 people. I guess this year won't be any more. Principal Gao merely stroked his beard and smiled confidently. No matter what, our Qingcheng will have at least 2 students enter Daxia Academy. As soon as they stepped into the examination grounds, the students were met with the pungent stench of countless monster corpses. Suddenly, a level 11 bloodthirsty demon lizard appeared, letting out a terrifying roar that scared everyone stiff. Faced with the monster's ferocity, the examinees could only scream in panic and flee headlong. From atop the city wall, a red-haired elder commented dejectedly on the weakness of this year's batch of students. Amidst the chaos, a figure shouted, "Get out of the way!" and charged straight towards the monster. Unexpectedly, another blue-haired swordsman appeared, unleashing a single slash that tore through the lizard in an instant. Witnessing this, the elders were astonished. Is that the forbidden spellcaster Ye Lin? Level 16 is indeed effortless. However, Ye Lin merely stood there, ordering, Ling Yu, come here and finish it off. Ji Ling Yu gleefully obeyed, while the other students began to discuss and admire Ye Lin's strategy. Ye Lin secretly calculated the experience point distribution, when a red-haired female opponent looked at him defiantly. Just you wait. This time I will definitely surpass you. Under Ye Lin's guidance, the two continuously defeated one monster after another. Ji Ling Yu joyfully shouted as he instantly reached level 8. Big brother, from now on, you are my only big brother. Ye Lin replied coldly. Don't celebrate too soon. The monsters nearby are gone. We need to go deeper. Ji Ling Yu was a bit worried upon hearing they had to face level 20 monsters, but Ye Lin reassured him that he could handle it. From a distance, the entire examination grounds appeared, a strange blend of ancient architecture and skyscrapers. On the city wall, Principal Gao began to worry as he saw Ye Lin and Ji Ling Yu entering the dangerous zone. A flock of birds suddenly scattered from the forest, signaling an impending encounter. Ye Lin and Ji Ling Yu accelerated, plunging deeper into the unexplored territory. Immediately, a werewolf monster and a ferocious orc appeared, blocking their path. Ye Lin reassured a worried Ji Ling Yu, don't worry, big brother, I value my life very much. He whispered sacrifice, preparing to use a life-draining sword skill. A destructive blue energy burst forth, sweeping everything away. Ji Ling Yu was stunned by the sight, asking, Big brother, do you usually kill monsters like this? Ye Lin replied coldly, This is nothing. The brutal part hasn't even begun. Suddenly, an examiner appeared, blocking their path and warning, You are not allowed to leave the examination area. Ji Ling Yu worried that they were about to go outside the designated area, but Ye Lin simply replied, All right. Suddenly, Ye Lin sensed a murderous aura, and his eyes sharpened. He shouted loudly towards the examiner, who had his back turned. Watch out behind you, the examiner smugly scoffed. Trying to trick me? I've been an examiner for 20 years. I won't fall for such childish trick. Right behind him, a level 33 goblin hero appeared and let out a ferocious roar. The examiner's face went pale as he cried out, "Run! It's level 33! Amidst the chaos, Yahello shouted, "Lingyu, run! I'll distract it!" He delivered a kick, pushing Ji Lingyu away, and ordered, "If I tell you to run, just run. Don't talk so much." Facing the monster alone, Yahello thought to himself, "It's hard to kill it if I don't want to reveal my true strength here." But with no other choice, he once again prepared to cast a forbidden spell. Sacrifice. Sudden rain. Meanwhile, the panicked examiner decided to fire a distress flare. The flare shot into the blue sky along with his desperate cry for help. The distress flare flashed brightly, then extinguished in the night sky. Yahello thought to himself, if only he had fainted, I wouldn't have to worry about being exposed. Why did he have to fire a flare? Suddenly, a giant goblin hero growled as it sensed the presence of new enemies. Two of them, huh? The two newly arrived examiners immediately took their positions. The red-haired woman shouted, "Something's happening," while her teammate warned, "Examinee, leave this place quickly, we don't want to hurt you." "All right," Yahello replied, carrying the injured examiner on his shoulder. "This examiner is injured. I'll take him away." As he pulled the man into the edge of the forest, a cunning smile appeared on his lips. "Hee, I have an idea." He took out a small box, muttering, "Perfect time to test the effectiveness of the illusion skin." A thin, mask-like layer of skin was applied to the unconscious examiner's face. Immediately, Yahello took on a completely new appearance, exclaiming with delight, "Not bad, this is interesting." Meanwhile, the two examiners were ready for battle, the woman ordering, "Deal with it quickly, don't let it affect the final exam." The male examiner growled at the monster, "Filthy beast, how dare you disrupt the final exam?" Just then, Yahello, in disguise, ran over, enthusiastically shouting, "Fellow colleagues, I'm here to help." He surged forward, declaring grandly, "Let me take care of this filthy beast." A brilliant yellow energy burst forth as he unleashed forbidden art, Eternal Arrow. The colossal arrow of light shot forth, piercing through the goblin hero's body with a thunderous explosion. The system notification appeared. The team has defeated a level 33 goblin hero, gaining experience and a symbiosis charm. Yahello picked up the item, nonchalantly saying, "Oh, an item dropped?" The drop rate for killing magic beasts is extremely low. The male examiner couldn't take it anymore, angrily pointing at him. "Damn it! What department are you from? Not only did you not help, you stole our credit." In his examiner disguise, Yahello smugly said, "Just call me a good Samaritan. I never leave my name when doing good deeds." The female examiner retorted angrily, "Good Samaritan, my ass. Never mind, we need to finish the exam first, then we'll find him later." Removing the mask, Yahello smirked, "Hee. After this, you won't be able to find me." He had safely hidden himself in the suburban forest, not far from the teleportation gate. Meanwhile, the real examiner was still sound asleep in a secluded spot. Back in his familiar appearance, Yahello praised, "I have to admit, this illusionary skin is truly amazing." He examined the second loot item, a symbiosis charm, and a bold idea struck him. "Excellent, if used correctly, it's like doubling experience." Suddenly, a desperate cry for help echoed through the forest. It turned out to be Ji Lingyu, being relentlessly pursued by two werewolf-like monsters, fighting for his life. He screamed in despair as the monster's claws were about to tear him apart. At that critical moment, Yahello appeared, blocking the fatal attack, leaving Ji Lingyu stunned. "Big bro? Glad you're okay," Yahello calmly lied. That goblin hero was killed by the other examiner. He held Ji Lingyu's hand, causing him to tear up with a misunderstanding. "Big bro, I never thought you were someone who—" "Damn it, what are you thinking? Get lost!" Yahello yelled, pushing Ji Lingyu away to face the charging monster. He activated Forbidden Art of the Undead, life-stealing sword technique, preparing to unleash a sweeping attack. The system announced that a level 13 Anubis soldier had been defeated, and the symbiosis effect was activated. Ji Lingyu looked at the mark on his hand, overjoyed. "What the hell is this? Is this a symbiosis charm? Where did you get it?" "Go kill the small monsters yourself, you weirdo," Yahello ordered, while Ji Lingyu hastily clarified, "Big bro, that was just a misunderstanding. I'm straight." Yahello coldly ordered, "Get lost, don't follow me." Now that we have the symbiosis charm, we need to level up on our own to maximize the experience sharing efficiency. Ji Lingyu awkwardly scratched his head. "Oh, alright, but there aren't many monsters for me to deal with." In another corner of the forest, a group of examinees was struggling in battle. "Keep going, this level 10 werewolf is almost dead." Suddenly, a figure flashed past with terrifying speed, causing an examinee to exclaim, "Huh? What incredible speed!" That person unleashed a skill, summoning 3 skeletons that swiftly annihilated the werewolves, leaving 2 other examinees stunned. Heavens! What kind of magic kills 3 werewolves in an instant? One person recognized the mysterious figure. "I know him. He's the forbidden spellcaster. First place in the previous exam. While the other was skeptical. Forbidden spellcaster with a short lifespan, you mean? Killing monsters like this, does he not want to live anymore? They were astonished to see him recover instantly. Look, he's recovering. It seems to be thanks to that equipment on his wrist. The forbidden spellcaster thought to himself, I must hide the secret of my immortal body. Meanwhile, a female student was being chased by a minotaur, screaming in despair, Run! Help me! The previous group of examinees also fled in panic. Damn it! Run! It's a level 20 minotaur. Level 20 is no joke, they can kill us in an instant. Amidst the chaos, Yahello appeared, calmly facing the horde of monsters. Just run, all these monsters are mine. A flash of green light, Yahello swung his sword, wiping out all the monsters in a single strike. In a safe spot, Lingyu burst out laughing with joy as countless experience notifications appeared. Ha ha ha, Big Bro is amazing. Who can keep up with leveling like this? In the monitoring room, Principal Gao looked at the screen showing the Minotaur and sighed. He regretfully said, if this child weren't a forbidden spellcaster, our Ching would have gained another dragon. Another group of examinees advanced leisurely, their leader fanning himself with a paper fan and saying, See, I told you, starting late is a good thing. After the monsters are cleared out, our path will be much easier, he explained. The whole group happily ran forward. Excellent. At this rate, we can reach the teleportation gate safely. Hurry up. A group of students was smug about taking a shortcut, while Yahello secretly calculated, all monsters have been eliminated, and I've also reached level 18. Standing before the colossal teleportation gate, Yahello declared, it's time to enter the final exam area. He decisively stepped forward. The surrounding space shattered as Yahello passed through the gate. He was astonished by the scene inside. So this is the final exam area? Suddenly, Lingyu joyfully ran over, shouting loudly, Big Bro! Big Bro, you really are my true Big Bro. Can you believe it? I've reached level 15. Lingyu clung to Yahello, making him snap. Enough, let go, there are too many people. In another corner, the girl in the red dress muttered, Damn it. All that effort just for 2 levels. But it's fine. In the final round, everything will be decided by true strength. Suddenly, a group of examiners descended from the sky, attracting the attention of all the examinees. They landed in front of a colossal stone tablet, and a voice echoed, demanding silence from everyone. The man in the suit stepped forward. Welcome, examinees of Ching, to the 886th final exam. I am the chief examiner, Lin Yuan. Lin Yuan explained. The forest outside was merely a qualification test. Only those who survived and reached this point are permitted to participate. The exam is divided into 2 parts. Comprehensive assessment and arena battle. The comprehensive assessment has 10 stages, with a maximum of 10 points per stage. Only those who achieve a total of 85 points are eligible to participate in the arena battles. Each win in the arena will grant 10 points. The total maximum score is 150, which will determine this year's top scorer. Lin Yuan emphasized the final rule. The use of special items during the exam is strictly prohibited. Violators will be disqualified. The rules have been disseminated. The stone wall opened a path, and he gestured. The comprehensive assessment begins. Please form lines of 10 and proceed into the assessment room. Yahello stood before the gate, surrounded by lightning energy, his eyes resolute. It's finally here. The test that will decide my fate. Yahello's eyes were firm, as he silently resolved. Now it's time for me to personally write my own destiny. A flash of light signaled the start of the final round. Inside the grand hall, the most elite examinees entered the assessment area. In the monitoring room, Chief Examiner Lin Yuan calmly reviewed the list. Suddenly, Supervisor Su Chengxin from the Supreme Academy appeared and spoke. My apologies, Chief Examiner Lin, I'm late. Lin Yuan smiled in response. No need to apologize, you're just in time. Are there any outstanding examinees this year? He presented Yahello's file. There are a few good ones, especially this kid, already level 18. What a pity. Su Chengxin was surprised. A forbidden spellcaster? Even so, the Supreme Academy will still accept him. That's why it's a pity, Lin Yuan explained. If he weren't a forbidden spellcaster, Ching would have gained another dragon. Meanwhile, Yahello's second round results appeared. A perfect score, with a power index of 480 and spirit of 1,199. The other examiners buzzed. A forbidden spellcaster with power even greater than a warrior? What the hell is going on? On stage, Lin Yuan announced. Phase 3, the brutal attack power test. Use your strongest skills. Yahello smirked, thinking, my strongest attack skill? If I use the divine chaos lightning, I'll be exposed. Then I'll just use the weakest type of lightning. Sacrifice. Tonsils. He unleashed a terrifying destructive lightning bolt, shouting, Forbidden art. World. Ending lightning. A female examiner was stunned. What? The level 25 dummy? Completely vaporized? The others also couldn't keep calm. Good heavens, that kid dared to use a forbidden art right in the final exam. Without a hint of hesitation, Yelin effortlessly passed the agility test, once again achieving a perfect score. Yelin smoothly glided through the explosive power test, easily achieving a perfect score. In the monitoring room, Chief Examiner Lin Yuan muttered, "This kid is using something akin to a forbidden art. Living past 25 is already a miracle." A junior examiner suggested, "Chief Examiner Lin, should we increase the difficulty for his final round?" Lin Yuan turned to ask the supervisor for her opinion, but Su Chengxin flatly dismissed it. The power of a forbidden spellcaster comes at the cost of their life. The Supreme Academy would only be wasting resources on him. Is that so? What a pity. Lin Yuan sighed softly, his eyes revealing clear regret. After completing all the tests, Ye Lin and the other examinees proceeded to the final assembly area. Ji Lingyu excitedly ran over. Big bro, I got 96 points. I'm definitely in. Yi Lin casually asked, "Why didn't you get a perfect score?" causing Ji Lingyu to dejectedly explain that he lost points in the combat assessment. Lin Yuan began to announce the rankings. First place, Ye Lin, 100 points. Second place, Zhuge Nini, 100 points. The female examiner announced that those with less than 85 points must leave, while those remaining would proceed to the final round. Zhuge Nini immediately protested. "Why, with the same perfect score, am I ranked after that disgusting Ye Lin?" Her words sparked an argument, but Lin Yuan roared, "Silence! Look at the big screen." On the screen, the video replayed Zhuge Nini skillfully fighting a Mo Yan Lang, but immediately after, the entire crowd was stunned as an examiner shouted, "Yi Lin killed a Mo Yan Lang in less than a second." The video slowed down, showing the moment Zhuge Nini took several seconds to finish off the monster. In stark contrast, Ye Lin merely stood still as the monster behind him disintegrated into dust. All those who had just protested were speechless, unable to utter a word at the overwhelmingly clear disparity in power. Lin Yuan coldly turned back, his voice echoing through the silent space. "Does anyone else have any opinions on the results of the final exam?" The female examiner announced. "Contestants with over 85 points have half an hour to rest and prepare for the tournament." Meanwhile, the elders were discussing animatedly. First and second place are both from Qingcheng Academy. Principal Su hit the jackpot this year. Principal Su laughed heartily, proudly boasting. "Not only that, fourth place Ji Lingyu is also one of mine." Another elder immediately reminded him, "Don't celebrate too soon, the tournament is the main event." But Principal Su remained confident in his level 18 Forbidden Arts Master. Half an hour later, at the arena, Zhuge Nini and Ye Lin met. The proud girl declared, I won't lose to you in this tournament." What's she up to now? Ye Lin thought to himself, just as the tournament was announced to begin. The rules were announced. A single elimination tournament with 104 contestants, with matchups determined by drawing lots. The draw results appeared. Ye Lin, number 18, would face Bei Bei, number 86, making Ji Lingyu, who stood nearby, extremely excited. "Big bro, go for it!" Ji Lingyu shouted as Ye Lin smiled confidently, stepping into the arena. Facing level 10, Water Mage, Bei Bei, level 18, Forbidden Arts, Master Ye Lin advised. "Classmate, it's better to surrender." "No way. Don't underestimate me," Bei Bei retorted firmly, while Ye Lin merely smiled, appreciating her courage. Immediately, a blue electric current flashed from Ye Lin's fingertip. The entire arena was engulfed in a terrifying lightning storm summoned by him. Amidst the electric storm, a colossal thunder dragon materialized, roaring ferociously. The students in the stands were stunned, their faces drained of color at the destructive sight. At the epicenter, Ye Lin reached out his hand, preparing to end the match. The examiner hastily shouted, "Contestant Ye Lin, killing is forbidden in the tournament." "I have no intention of killing her," Ye Lin calmly replied. "Just making her surrender is enough." Faced with overwhelming power, Bei Bei completely broke down, collapsing to the ground and sobbing in fear. The spectators murmured, one person indignantly saying, "What a beast. He made such a beautiful girl cry." Ye Lin coldly pushed up his glasses, thinking to himself, "My classmate, you should just surrender." The female examiner announced as a distraught Bei Bei was helped away. Contestant number 18, Ye Lin, wins the first round. Ye Lin sighed, deciding to observe other matches. "What a shame. Let me see how the other arenas are doing." In one arena, the female mage in red confidently stated, "You can't defeat me." Elsewhere, a young man wielding a dark spear sneered, "Someone like you dares to face me?" Meanwhile, another burly man was overwhelming his opponent. "Haha, I've never experienced this feeling." The first round matches concluded, and the winners were announced one by one. The female examiner shouted, starting the next round. "The second round of the tournament officially begins." Ye Lin's new opponent, Chen, spoke up. "If my opponent is you, Things might get a bit difficult here, but he quickly regained his composure, summoning a sword formation. But I will still win this match. Yilin placed his hand on his sword hilt, wary of his opponent's confidence. I can't let my guard down. Immediately, Chen shouted something no one expected. I surrender. He raised his hand straight up, boldly declaring his surrender to everyone's astonishment. Yilin's jaw dropped. What? Didn't you just say you'd win? Chen turned and walked away, waving casually. A gentleman's revenge is never too late. We'll meet again, the female examiner awkwardly announced. Contestant number 18, Yilin, wins the second round. The stands were once again abuzz. Another win without fighting? Who would dare risk it against a forbidden arts master? The third round began, and Yilin's new opponent was even more decisive. Examiner, I surrender. Yilin burst out in exasperation. What? I haven't even done anything and you've already surrendered? Amidst the crowd, the contestants whispered. That guy won 3 rounds in a row just by using one forbidden art. Is this final exam that easy? Meanwhile, in another arena, a fierce battle was unfolding. Level 14 Dragon Shadow Spear, Master Luo Jun faced off against level 13 Red Sword Master Wang Zhengguang. Wang Zhengguang provoked. Luo Jun, it looks like you're about to join the losers bracket. Luo Jun coldly retorted. You're not skilled enough. The crowd of spectators was overwhelmed. How terrifying. Is this what it looks like when two masters clash? The intense match was broadcast live on a large screen for the entire examination grounds to watch. A female teacher turned to ask her colleague, Teacher Su, who do you think will win? The man replied concisely, Luo Jun. As expected, Luo Jun unleashed his ultimate technique, Shadow Cloud Thrust, and the spear's shadow shot forth rapidly. Wang Zhengguang couldn't defend in time, was sent flying by a single blow, and screamed in pain. His sword shattered, signaling a crushing defeat. At the same time, Yilin was informed he had advanced again, and he muttered dejectedly, How boring, another free pass. Suddenly, an announcement made Yilin look up sharply, his face full of interest. The next match, Ji Lingyu versus Zhuganini. Zhuganini looked directly at her opponent. Ji Lingyu, I don't understand. What did Yilin give you that you serve him so obediently? Ji Lingyu shouted loudly, his loyalty unwavering. He's my big bro. One day you'll regret it when you find out who my big bro truly is. Foolish. Zhuganini scoffed, summoning the magic Phoenix Fireburst. Ji Lingyu was horrified. Her fire magic is instantaneous? He quickly jumped back, dodging a barrage of incoming fireball. Ji Lingyu gritted his teeth, realizing the difficult situation. I'm a close-range fighter, and she's long-range. I absolutely cannot get hit. Zhuganini smirked provocatively. Let's see how many times you can dodge. Zhuganini unleashed a giant fire tornado, engulfing Ji Lingyu. Cornered, Ji Lingyu roared. If I can't dodge it, then I'll attack. He poured all his strength into a sword skill, slash, striking directly into the heart of the firestorm. The powerful slash tore through the flames, and Ji Lingyu stood tall amidst the smoke and dust. Despite being covered in wounds, he still panted and declared, I will fight you. Zhuganini merely smirked, flipped a page in her grimoire, and uttered a scornful remark. Idiot. A sea of red lotuses submerged the arena, but Yilin, from afar, only smiled, silently acknowledging his disciple's loyalty. An examiner frantically yelled, Is this kid crazy? Examiners, prepare to rescue him. Ji Lingyu's silhouette completely vanished within the raging sea of fire. But then, a figure emerged from the flames, stunning Zhuganini. Are you insane? Ji Lingyu appeared with half his body enveloped in darkness, pointing his sword forward. This is a warning to you. He growled, his eyes sharp as knives. You can provoke me, but don't provoke my big brother. Exhausted, Ji Lingyu collapsed just as Yilin rushed to the arena. The examiner hastily pointed, urgently calling for the medical team. Yilin immediately placed his hand on his chest. Lingyu, hang in there. I'll use the yin-yang ring to protect your heart. Standing behind, Zhuganini mumbled regretfully. I didn't know he would go that far. Ji Lingyu was carried away on a stretcher, but still managed to whisper, Big brother, hang in there. The announcement board displayed the quarterfinal matchups. Zhuganini against Lin Linglin, and Yilin would face Luo Jun. In the spectator area, Principal Su of Yukai Academy asserted, Luo Jun is a genius, he will definitely win. Another spectator shook his head, while Principal Gao was reminded, Old Gao, don't get complacent too soon. In the spectator area, Principal Su calmly intervened. That's enough, both of you. The match is about to begin. In the arena, Luo Jun, a level 14 Shadow Dragon Spearman, spoke. Yilin, I finally get to fight you. He pointed his spear directly, declaring, As long as I defeat you, this year's top scholar will definitely be me. Yilin merely replied coldly, Is that so? As soon as the match began, Luo Jun roared and charged. Get on your knees and beg, Yilin. Yilin blocked the attack with his sword, calmly saying, "Let's see how many blows you can withstand from my life sword skill." Luo Jun was stunned. A forbidden arts master is good at close combat? He only received a sarcastic question in return. What? Never seen one before? With that, Yelin swung a powerful sword strike with his ultimate life sword skill. He continued to attack. "I'll show you the sword skill power of a forbidden arts master." Luo Jun strained to defend, sweat beginning to pour under the immense pressure. In the stands, the crowd buzzed. What's going on? Why isn't a forbidden arts master using magic? A more observant spectator shouted, "That's the life sword skill. A sword skill that consumes lifespan to grow stronger with each strike." Principal Gao was extremely worried. What? But Principal Su merely reminded him coldly. "Don't celebrate too soon, old Gao." Yilin pressed his opponent. Still not surrendering? While Luo Jun thought to himself, "No, if this continues, I'll lose." Suddenly, Luo Jun bit down on something in his mouth, his eyes turning frantic. "Yelin, you forced my hand!" Dark energy erupted as he unleashed a heavy shadow strike. As tendrils of shadow bound Yelin's sword, Luo Jun sneered. "Do you think you're the only one who knows how to use forbidden arts?" Yilin immediately realized. It's a forbidden art talisman. Luo Jun leaped into the air, activating an ultimate forbidden art. Shadow Dragon Meteor. Die, Yilin. An unstoppable dark attack pierced through Yelin's chest. A thunderous explosion echoed. Luo Jun's dark attack had hit its mark. Yilin's life sword fell, embedding itself firmly into the arena floor. Black blood began to drip from the fatal wound. The dark spear had pierced through Yelin's chest. He only managed a single cry of pain. "You won't live much longer, so just die," Luo Jun declared coldly. The entire audience fell silent, everyone thinking Luo Jun had won. Luo Jun used a forbidden art talisman again? That thing causes severe damage to the body. Does he want to die too? The crowd murmured. Two examiners worried. It's a pity that contestant Yelin is in mortal danger. Medics. Principal Gao angrily grabbed his opponent's collar. "Old man Su, do you have any conscience left?" But Principal Su merely brushed his hand away. "This year's first place will still belong to Yukai Academy." The woman in the red dress mused. "I didn't think Luo Jun would use a forbidden art talisman. I'm afraid even I couldn't dodge that attack." She looked regretful, but Zhuge Changsing, standing behind, remained calm. "Don't worry too much. The match isn't over yet." Meanwhile, Luo Jun panted, scoffing. "So what if you're level 18? You still lost to me." "Who said I lost?" Yelin's voice suddenly rang out, utterly terrifying Luo Jun. "Your heart was pierced, and you're still not dead?" Luo Jun screamed, while Yelin simply stood up silently, a red aura enveloping him. "No one can kill a forbidden arts master," Yelin declared. "Forbidden art, immortality." And a blue soul flame immediately healed his wound. The audience was stunned. Surviving even with a pierced heart. Is this guy immortal? The examiner realized. Immortality? A long-lost forbidden art. He used his lifespan to gain immunity to fatal blows, and now he's using recovery equipment. Too calm, Yilin raised his hand, gathering lightning, his eyes sharp and cold. "Now, it's my turn. Forbidden art, world-destroying lightning." He summoned colossal pillars of lightning to strike down from the sky. Luo Jun was helpless, engulfed by the destructive lightning and blasted into the air. Luo Jun screamed in despair. "No, it can't be." His body disintegrated in the destructive lightning. Two spectators were stunned, exclaiming, "How terrifying." The examiner carrying the unconscious Luo Jun declared, "Yilin wins. Call for medical assistance immediately." From afar, Yelin felt the gazes of the principals, one of whom wore a knowing smile. Suddenly, he collapsed, coughing up a large mouthful of blood. The act had begun. An elder panicked. "Damn it, old Gao. Yelin's forbidden technique has backfired. I have to play my part well," Yelin thought to himself, "so no one suspects anything." Principal Su furiously roared, "I want to file a complaint. This is an act of intentional murder." After an exchange of words, he threatened, "Gao Zhenyu, I will report this matter to the Ministry of Education." Yilin sat down, sighing. This exam is more exhausting than killing Ken Sen. He sensed a presence approaching, muttering, "More trouble again." Zhuge Nini approached, suggesting, "Yelin, I can wait for you to recover before we fight." He looked up, coldly refusing. "No need." 30 minutes later, the arena was ready for the final battle. Zhuge Nini solemnly declared, "The final round officially begins." She thought to herself, full of caution, "I can't let his forbidden technique hit me." Meanwhile, Yelin was racking his brain trying to figure out how to strike without severely injuring his opponent. Zhuge Nini didn't hesitate, unleashing her ultimate technique, Blazing Phoenix Flame. Yelin didn't flinch, swinging his sword and charging straight into the sea of flames. Yelin used forbidden technique, Swift Dance, gracefully dodging countless attacks. The audience buzzed, some guessing he was exhausted. others believing he was going easy on Juganini. Juganini roared in anger. Yilin, do you only know how to dodge? Are you insulting me? Despite the provocation, Yilin calmly dodged another fireball. He casually replied, Is there any rule that forbids me from dodging? Fine, Juganini growled, raising her grimoire. Let's see you dodge this move. A colossal wave of fire named Crimson Flame overwhelming heaven surged forward. Standing amidst the sea of flames, Yilin thought to himself, This foolish girl is really difficult to deal with. I'll have to teach her a lesson. He channeled power into his legs, activating a speed-boosting skill. In a flash, Yilin leaped into the air, soaring over the wave of fire. Juganini was stunned, only able to think. So fast. Immediately after, Yilin's chilling blade was at her neck from behind. You've lost, he coldly declared, even as Juganini called his name in resentment. Humiliated, tears welled up in her eyes. How dare you? I'll kill you. She unleashed a burst of magic, pushing Yilin back and shouting, I won't lose to a detestable person like you. Yilin caught a flame, his eyes showing clear annoyance. This foolish girl is truly arrogant. Since you're so good at dodging, Juganini unleashed countless talismans. Then try dodging this. A terrifying pressure enveloped the entire arena, astonishing all spectators, including Yilin. The talismans transformed into colossal fire dragon whirlwinds, roaring ferociously. Without a moment's hesitation, Yilin charged straight into the heart of the firestorm. Yilin was startled to realize the fire dragons were relentlessly pursuing him. A tracking skill? Despite his speed, the firestorm roared right at his heels. Juganini gasped, exhausted but still growled. Annoying pest, just surrender. Her reply was a provocative smile. Surrender? Are you talking to yourself? In just a blink, Yilin glided past his opponent, leaving the harmless fire dragons behind him. He appeared right behind the girl, his voice cold. Facing a speed-type opponent, using tracking skills is no different from self-destruction. Juganini was stunned as she heard him explain. Such a simple truth, haven't you learned it in class? Amidst the firestorm's encirclement, Yilin issued an ultimatum. Surrender and end your skill. Tears streamed down her cheeks, but she only gritted her teeth and replied. Dream on, she screamed in despair. I won't lose to you, even if we have to die together. In the stands, Juge Qiansing panicked. Nini, don't do anything foolish, while another examiner quickly ordered. Hurry, prepare for rescue. In the arena, both stood still in the eye of the storm, the atmosphere thick with tension. Yilin lost all patience, muttering, What a crazy woman. Without hesitation, he lunged and firmly grabbed Juganini's arm. Holding her tight, Yilin roared a single word as the dark magic circle erupted. Sacrifice. Immediately, a colossal dark shadow descended powerfully onto the arena from the sky. It was an ultimate defensive forbidden technique. The Wailing Great Wall. The eyes of the stone lion heads on the wall glowed brightly, signaling the awakening of an ancient power. The gates of hell opened, swallowing all the roaring fire dragons. The examiners were stunned, one exclaiming in horror. The Wailing Wall. Can a contestant really cast that kind of forbidden technique? Yilin breathed a sigh of relief, thinking, Luckily I unlocked this forbidden technique. Otherwise, I don't know what I would have done. He walked up behind the dazed Juganini and said, Don't just stand there, miss. Your hair's a mess. The sudden words made Juganini's heart race, and she thought to herself, maybe he's not as hateful as I thought. The audience in the stands buzzed with discussion, believing Yilin was only dodging because he was afraid of hurting his opponent. But immediately after, Yilin suddenly unleashed a devastating kick, shouting, Get down there, I'm the top scorer. Juganini was sent flying, landing face first on the arena floor to the astonishment of the examiners. The entire audience gasped, unable to believe what had just happened. The principals and elders were also stunned by the utterly ruthless reversal. In a corner of the stands, Zhuge Qianqing could only cover his face, helpless before his niece. Humiliated, Juganini struggled to sit up, screaming in resentment. Yilin! I'm not done with you yet. Ignoring the threat, the examiner raised his hand and declared, Contestant Yilin has scored 150 points. He is this year's top scorer. Amidst the cheers of top scorer, Yilin smiled in relief. Finally, everything was over. A classmate approached and asked, Yilin, as the top scorer, which academy do you want to join? Without a moment's hesitation, he confidently declared, I want to go to the Supreme Academy. The entire crowd erupted in excitement, chanting the name of the most prestigious school. But then, a cold woman appeared and poured cold water on their enthusiasm. I'm sorry, Yilin, you cannot enter the Supreme Academy. Yilin turned around, his eyes filled with confusion and questioning. Why? The female representative replied cruelly. Because you are a forbidden technique master. Those like you die young, with no value for cultivation. Upon hearing the verdict, Yilin could only bow his head, bitterly accepting. I understand. Amidst the murmuring crowd, someone spoke up. She's not wrong. Forbidden technique masters all have short lifespans. No academy will train them for free. Wait! A dignified voice rang out, cutting through the desperate atmosphere. Zhuge Qianxing confidently stepped forward, facing Ye Lin. Miss Su, regarding your concerns, I may have a solution. The man accompanying the representative asked in surprise. Mr. Zhuge, what do you mean? Ye Lin is my disciple, Zhuge Qianxing declared. I have found a way to significantly reduce the harm when a forbidden technique master uses forbidden techniques. Principal Gao and the male representative asked in unison, astonished. Mr. Zhuge, is this true? The representative, Su Chengxin, coldly questioned. Mr. Zhuge, you are proficient in astrology, and you also understand job changers? Chongshin, don't let our relationship ruin a genius's future, Zhuge Qianxing advised, but she retorted, the Supreme Academy will not recruit forbidden technique masters. Amidst the crowd, a girl whispered, are there any rumors about Mr. Zhuge and Miss Su? While the person next to her indignantly said, this Miss Su is too cruel. Seeing the tense situation, Ye Lin spoke up, Master, let it go. It's okay if I can't get into the Supreme Academy. It's just one academy. Suddenly, a figure lunged to attack Zhuge Qianxing with a sneer. Just one academy, and you're already so arrogant? Ye Lin, be careful. Zhuge Qiang shouted as he saw his disciple rush out to block the attack for him. In a flash, Ye Lin used the hilt of his sword to block the sudden attack. Who are you? Ye Lin growled, his hand beginning to tremble from the impact. The attacker sneered. You're a forbidden technique master. You'll just turn to dust in the wind. Kid, remember this, the arrogant blonde declared. The one who defeated you is Yun Guanlu, a first-year student of the Supreme Academy. Yun Guanlu, Su Chengxin warned. If you dare to harm anyone else, I will make you go back and write a self-reflection report. Yun Guanlu feigned innocence. I didn't mean to harm him, Professor Su. I just intended to greet him, who knew he was so weak. Principal Gao rushed over to ask, Ye Lin, are you all right? While he quietly replied, I'm fine. Ignoring the provocation, Ye Lin coldly declared, what happened today? I will remember. Yun Guanlu smirked mockingly. Haha, what's that? Not convinced? Feel free to challenge me anytime. Ye Lin remained unfazed. There are too many people today. I'll let you off this time, but there will definitely be a day for revenge. Hearing this, Yun Guanlu burst into arrogant laughter. Ha 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 ha, you trash. You'll never defeat me in this lifetime. Ye Lin's eyes sharpened, and he growled. In 1 year, we'll have a life and death battle. Do you dare to accept? Zhuge Qianxing hastily intervened while those around them were stunned. Ye Lin, don't act recklessly. Ignoring the advice, Ye Lin repeated his challenge, his gaze fixed on his opponent. You, do you dare to accept? Yun Guanlu crossed his arms, confidently replying. A life and death battle in 1 year? Fine. I accept. It's a deal. After the agreement was set, Ye Lin turned away, a plan already forming in his mind. The Supreme Academy is interesting. I'll crush all of you. Back at school, Principal Gao proudly patted his student's shoulder amidst cheers. Ye Lin, well done. Qingcheng Academy finally has a top scholar. Elsewhere, Ye Lin sat with his master and asked, Master, is Zhuge Nini all right? Zhuge Qing reassured him. She's fine. She'll recover her spirits soon. Seeing this, Ye Lin went straight to the point. Then, Master, please tell me about your relationship with Su Chengxin. Zhuge Qianxing sighed, rubbing his forehead as he admitted. Su Chengxin was my first love. In the flashback, a young Su Chengxin appeared, innocent and pure. Ye Lin was completely stunned by the unexpected truth. What? Still in shock, he mumbled. No way, you two look like. Zhuge Qianxing began to recount the old story, about their young love and separation due to personality differences. And then when she wanted to return after 5 years, Ye Lin asked curiously, what happened then? Did you two reconcile? He sadly replied, how could we? I already had Nini by then. After hearing the unfinished love story, Ye Lin could only force a laugh. Huh, what a pity. Zhuge Qianxing reassured his daughter. With your strength, entering the Supreme Academy is no problem. Just do your best. Nini's mother turned to Ye Lin. As for you, Ye Lin, the best next choice is Daxia Academy. Zhuge Qianxing instructed. You two should rest early. Tomorrow morning, the admissions office staff will be waiting for you at school. The next day, the school was bustling with excitement as everyone flocked to congratulate the city's geniuses. Principal Gao introduced Ye Lin, Zhuge Nini. This is City Lord Hu Yang and Miss Su from the Supreme Academy. Su Chengxin formally invited. Zhuge Nini, I, representing the Supreme Academy, officially invite you to join. Zhuge Nini held up the invitation, provoking. Ye Lin, I finally beat you once. Principal Gao excitedly pulled Ye Lin closer. Come here, the City Lord will present you with the top scholar's reward. 5 million. City Lord Hu Yang shook the young man's hand. Greetings, Ye Lin. The aura of a top scholar is indeed extraordinary. Amidst the media's camera flashes, the city lord expressed great expectations for this year's top scholar. Yilin grinned and immediately asked, "City lord, when will the 5 million be awarded? I'm used to living in the slums. I'm so afraid of poverty." As ordered, 2 women brought in the rewards, and Yilin was surprised. Oh, there's even a skill scroll? The rewards included 5 million, a self-chosen epic skill scroll, and a ticket to the top scholar's secret realm. Yilin was astonished to learn that the top scholar's secret realm was a place exclusively for the top students of each city, and granted immunity to all damage. He excitedly thought, damage immunity? So I can grind to level 99? But Principal Gao quickly dispelled his illusion. City Lord Huyang set a new goal. This secret realm is also a test. You must reclaim the title of National Top Scholar for our city. Principal Gao explained. That's right. The person who reaches the highest level in the secret realm will be the National Top Scholar, and the rewards are much more generous. Hearing about the rewards, Yelin's eyes lit up, and he confidently declared, "Don't worry, I will definitely become the National Top Scholar." The 2 city leaders couldn't hide their pride, taking a commemorative photo together with their new hope. Before setting off, the new master instructed Yilin, never use lifespan-consuming skills in the top scholar's secret realm. Yilin confidently replied, understanding that even if the secret realm granted damage immunity, it couldn't prevent aging. The man said he still had business in Qingcheng and told him to take care. Yilin calmly reassured his master that everything would be fine. Arriving in Shenzhen, he couldn't help but be overwhelmed by the bustling prosperity of a major city. He headed to his arranged accommodation, where a female receptionist was waiting. The woman introduced herself as Bai Lin and politely invited Yilin to follow her. Along the way, she informed him that the top scholar's secret realm had not yet opened, so he had plenty of time to rest. Upon entering the room, Yilin casually tossed his backpack onto the bed. He lay down, holding the ticket to the secret realm, and thought he should go out for a stroll to explore the city. But just as he was about to open the door, he found it was jammed shut. Suddenly, a rapid knocking echoed from outside, confusing him. Yilin was startled as someone forcefully burst the door open. A strange girl with golden blonde hair stormed in, hands on her hips, aggressively demanding, "Who are you people? Why are you in my room?" The girl gave Yilin no chance to explain, immediately grabbing his shirt and yelling, "You weirdo, how dare you be in my room?" Instantly, the girl channeled energy into her fist, roaring, "Let me teach you a lesson." Yilin was utterly stunned by the swift and powerful attack. A devastating punch sent him flying back. The door shattered, completely destroyed by the force of the impact. "You damn weirdo, you're fast," the girl growled, while Yilin was bewildered and quickly clarified. "Wait, you're mistaken. I'm not a weirdo." "I don't believe your lies! Die!" the girl screamed, giving Yilin no chance to explain. Realizing words were useless, Yilin decided to act. "Looks like I have no choice but to make a move, sacrificing my appendix." Immediately, countless gigantic wooden vines emerged from thin air, casting forbidden art, wood realm to encircle the girl. "What the hell is this?" She struggled in panic, unable to escape the grasp. "Why can't I break free?" Yilin casually walked over, teasing, "Stop struggling. This forbidden art is specifically for dealing with wild lowlies like you." To clear up the misunderstanding, he held out a room card. "This is room 6099. This is my card. See for yourself." The girl still didn't believe it, asserting, "No way. My room card is also 6099. Yilin retracted the forbidden art, and the vines dissolved into streams of magical energy. He stood with his arms crossed, leisurely saying, "If you don't believe me, just check." The girl fumbled for her card and froze when she saw the number on it. "How did it become 6,609? No way," she mumbled in confusion. And Yilin pointed out a simple possibility. "Could it be that you're holding it upside down?" Realizing her silly mistake, the girl clasped her hands apologetically. "I'm sorry. It was my fault for acting rashly." She offered to treat him to a meal as compensation, but Yilin refused and invited her. "I was just about to go for a walk. Would you like to come along?" Under the city's sunset, the girl curiously asked about Yelin's power. "By the way, what is your profession?" She confidently introduced herself. "My name is Mi Shui, the top scorer of Haicheng, an SSS rank berserker." Yilin simply replied, "Oh, I'm from Qingcheng," Mi Shui deduced. "Then you must have been accepted into the Supreme Academy, right?" But received an unexpected answer. "They don't need me." To Mi Shui's astonishment, Yilin explained with resignation, "That is my destined fate, a short-lived forbidden art master." Hearing the words forbidden art master, Mi Shui became awkward, unsure what to say next. To dispel the heavy atmosphere, Yilin decided to treat Mi Shui to a delicious meal. The two arrived at Shenzhen's most famous restaurant, a luxurious and splendid place. Suddenly, a sarcastic voice rang out. "Mi Shui? A brute like you actually found a man to eat with?" Mi Shui angrily turned around, growling the name of the newcomer. Yi Ningning! Yi Ningning hooked her arm around a man, continuing to taunt. Well, it seems you're in heat. She turned to Yahello, uttering provocative words, causing Mi Shui to snap. Yi Ningning, get lost. Ignoring her, Yi Ningning enticed Yahello. Handsome, why don't you come with me? Yahello coldly retorted. Please stay away from me. You have bad breath. The blunt remark made Mi Shui burst out laughing, while Yi Ningning was speechless with anger. Yi Ningning's beautiful face twisted. You brat. I already gave you a chance. Yahello ignored her, inviting Mi Shui to leave. Let's go. This place is starting to stink. But just as they turned to leave, a foot blocked their path. Wu Shaoqi, a level 22 angel paladin, stood in front of them. Apologize to my woman. He shot Yahello a contemptuous look. I hate nothing more than poor, lowly trash crawling out of the gutters. Yi Ningning immediately acted coy, while Mi Shui paled, recognizing the opponent's true strength. Yahello faced him without fear. What a coincidence. A poor person like me hates nothing more than rotten rich young masters like you. Enraged, Wu Shaoqi roared, unleashing a brilliant stream of holy light with gigantic angelic wing. Yahello was not to be outdone. Blue energy surged around him, his eyes burning with fighting spirit. In the middle of the restaurant hall, two SSS class powers clashed, signaling an earth-shattering battle about to erupt. An investigator suddenly appeared, coldly warning, transferred professionals are not allowed to fight within the city. Mi Shui quickly tried to stop Yahello. The top scorer's secret realm is about to open. It's not worth causing trouble with them here. Annoyed by the interruption, Wu Shaoqi pointed at Yahello, growling. I'll remember your face. Don't let me see you in the secret realm. Yi Ningning hooked her arm around her boyfriend, turning back to utter one last insult. Just you wait, you trash. When the two had left, Mi Shui bowed her head, muttering, I'm sorry, I caused you trouble again. Yahello wondered. Who was that? Why does she seem so hostile towards you? Mi Shui sighed, revealing a family secret. She's my half-sister, and she's always seen me as a thorn in her side. Yahello ignored the girl's apology, casually saying, It's fine, I'm suddenly a bit hungry, let's go eat. 3 days later, in a colossal plaza, a magnificent spatial gate cracked open in midair. Countless drones hovered everywhere, recording every moment of the momentous event. A dignified white-haired man stepped out, his voice echoing, Welcome, top scorers, I am Zheng Ganqi, the supervisor for this event. Amidst the crowd, Yahello surprisingly asked Mi Shui, Why did you prepare so much food? The young man looked at the pile of food Mi Shui had prepared, feeling a warmth in his heart. That makes sense. Supervisor Zheng Ganqi began to announce the rules. Before the secret realm begins, there are a few things I need to say. He explained the first rule. Inside the secret realm, everyone is immune to fatal damage, but you must be fully healed before leaving. Zheng Ganqi raised both hands, and the atmosphere grew heavier. The second rule, a gruesome image appeared. If you lose a limb, remember to bring that body part to a priest to have it reattached. Yahello and Mi Shui stood amidst the crowd, their expressions turning serious at the bloody rules. And finally, Zheng Ganqi concluded with a cold smile. Don't let yourselves be eaten by demonic beasts. You can imagine the feeling of being digested in their stomachs. Yahello pondered the rules of the secret realm, while Mi Shui shivered in fear at the prospect of being swallowed by demonic beasts. On the high platform, Zheng Ganqi gave his final wishes to the top scorers and then loudly commanded, Open the teleportation gate. A colossal spatial gate opened, and the supervisor's voice echoed, giving the contestants 10 minutes to find teammates. Mi Shui quickly suggested forming a team, and Yahello slyly replied, All right, but you have to carry my stuff. The berserker girl happily accepted, confidently declaring that this little weight was nothing to her. Suddenly, a burly, teal-haired guy cut in, loudly criticizing Yahello for being ungallant by making a cute girl do heavy work. He turned to Mi Shui, offering his hand and inviting her to join his team with a promise that she wouldn't have to lift a finger. Contrary to expectations, Mi Shui exploded in a rage, her murderous aura erupting. Get lost before I punch your face in. Meanwhile, Yi Ningning haughtily recruited members for Wu Shaoqi's team, requiring a minimum level of 20. Amidst the chaos, the teal-haired guy was sent flying far away after getting a beating from Mi Shui. Wu Shaoqi stepped in front of Yahello, his voice full of provocation. Yahello, is that right? He continued to scorn and ridicule Yehlin's small-town origins, even while acknowledging that reaching level 18 was rare. Kneel and kowtow 3 times. Wu Shaoqi issued an ultimatum. Otherwise, don't blame me for being cruel once we're inside the mystic realm. Yahello merely smirked, uttering a concise word. Idiot. Enraged, Wu Shaoqi roared a curse and lunged forward. Zheng Ganqi suddenly appeared, blocking Wu Shaoqi's punch and warning that he would revoke his qualification to compete. The supervisor turned to the crowd, announcing that the mystic realm was officially open and reiterating that anyone who violated the rules would be immediately disqualified. Wu Shaoqi shot Yaelin a hateful glare, growling, "Just you wait, we'll settle the score." Amidst the crowd, a contestant worried, "That guy is truly reckless, we need to be careful." Yaelin replied, "Don't worry, I know what I'm doing, let's go." Under the blazing red light of the teleportation gate, Yaelin and Mi Shui stepped together into the life and death battlefield. Mi Shui marveled at the beauty of the mystic realm, but Yaelin warned, "Beneath this beauty lies a deadly threat." Immediately, a giant level 20 stone monster appeared, causing Mi Shui to scream a warning, "Save your strength, I can handle this small fry." Mi Shui, true to her berserker nature, charged straight at the enemy. She roared, "Ugly creature, I'll crush you," then delivered a devastating punch to the monster's face. Yaelin watched from a distance, thinking to himself, "This cute Lalai girl fights like a demon, but I don't have time to waste." A surge of icy energy suddenly struck, shattering the stone monster into pieces. Mi Shui was stunned. Killed instantly? Only a class changer above level 25 could do that. She turned back, astonished, and asked Yaelin, who was holding an ice sword, "Why are your magic skills so powerful?" "Because I am a forbidden mage." Yaelin grimaced, clutching his hip. "Good thing I have damage immunity. Otherwise my kidney wouldn't have been able to take it." "Indeed, forbidden magic is cast through sacrifice," Mi Shui said admiringly, giving a thumbs up. "How brutal." The two continued deeper, Yaelin instructing, "The deeper we go, the stronger the monsters get. Stay vigilant." Mi Shui started a conversation. "I remember you said that just because you're a forbidden mage, the Supreme Academy rejected you." Yaelin merely sighed. Sigh. "Why do I have to die so young?" But then he smiled serenely. "But being able to accomplish what I want in life isn't too bad." Suddenly, Yaelin froze, his gaze sharp as he sensed a terrifying killing intent. Before them, a giant dark red beetle monster emerged, obscuring the sky. From underground, a level 25 giant poison centipede emerged, growling menacingly. Yaelin and Mi Shui were dumbfounded. The girl exclaimed, "A giant poison centipede? How is it so big?" Without a second's hesitation, the monster lunged forward with terrifying speed. However, its attack was blocked by an invisible wall. Yaelin quickly pulled Mi Shui back, narrowly escaping the collision. Standing protectively in front of his teammate, he asserted, "Leave it to me." Immediately, Yaelin activated his ability, sacrificing a part of his body as a conduit. Forbidden spell, world-ending divine lightning. A stream of destructive blue lightning was summoned. The terrifying power of the forbidden spell threw both of them backward. Amidst the smoke and dust, a level 22 poison scorpion suddenly lunged out to attack. At the same time, Mi Shui screamed in panic as a level 25 skeleton warrior also charged forward. "Yaelin, look out!" Witnessing the enemies annihilated in an instant, the girl could only exclaim in admiration. "Another instant kill. He's truly terrifying." Suddenly, a hand emerged from the ground, grabbing something tightly. Yaelin had caught a level 28 Abyss Ratman attempting a sneak attack, and he smirked. "Trying to ambush me? Forbidden spell. Eternal divine lightning." Yaelin soared into the air, raining down a storm of lightning. The golden lightning bolts obliterated the lurking monster. A notification appeared, and Yaelin cheered happily. "Leveled up. Finally reached level 20. Seeing Yaelin's sacrificed arm lying on the ground, Mi Shui suddenly realized, "I get it. You're a forbidden mage, and you have damage immunity in this mystic realm. That's why you can use forbidden magic at full power." Yaelin said nonchalantly, "Did you only just figure that out?" While Mi Shui burst out laughing. "Haha, I guessed right." He looked at his status panel, thinking to himself, "After reaching level 20, it's time to unlock my second talent." Yaelin realized his new ability. "Huh, my second talent can upgrade all skills I use into forbidden spells?" He turned to Mi Shui and requested, "Mi Shui, give me the fireball scroll you picked up." Yaelin activated the magic scroll, ignoring the system's warning, and asserted, "Yes, I'm conducting an experiment." A notification appeared, confirming that the fireball spell had been upgraded into the forbidden spell, Flame God's Breath, thrilling him greatly. He created a pitch-black fireball, and Mi Shui exclaimed in astonishment, "What kind of forbidden spell is that? I've never seen anything like it." Yaelin unleashed the full power of the dark fireball. The forbidden spell, Flame God's Breath, shot forth, carrying unimaginable destructive power. An earth-shattering explosion flattened an entire area of forest. Mi Shui was dazed. "That fireball is huge. It's like the sun exploded." While Yaelin smiled contentedly. "That's done. There's not much time left. Let's continue grinding levels." Yaelin urged them both to get going. Meanwhile, in another area, Yi Ningning and Wu Shaoqi also felt the tremor. Yi Ningning asked worriedly, "What kind of skill is that? Why is it so loud?" Wu Shaoqi replied, "Did a supervisor enter the secret realm?" Outside, Zheng Ganqi also stared in shock at the monitoring screen. What's happening? Back with Ye Lin, he told Mi Shui as they stopped in an open clearing. Let's find somewhere to eat first. Suddenly, Ye Lin hid behind a tree, his eyes becoming vigilant. His expression hardened, as if he had discovered something unusual. Ye Lin gestured to Mi Shui as he spotted something. Mi Shui. Look, what's that? Before them was a level 26 treasure toad, sound asleep in extremely valuable prey. Ye Lin quickly outlined the plan. I'll control it. And you catch it? Got it? The two moved quietly through the bushes, stealthily approaching their target. Once in position, Ye Lin whispered a final confirmation. Get ready. Suddenly, a group of people appeared, loudly calling Ye Lin's name, startling the treasure toad awake. Do it now! Ye Lin yelled, hastily using a skill to send the treasure toad flying. The valuable prey vanished in a flash of light, their hunting plan completely foiled. Mi Shui angrily punched the ground, while Ye Lin glared at the newcomers. Who are they? They ruined our plan. The teal-haired guy stepped forward to provoke them, while Mi Shui nervously recognized the leader as Wu Shaoqi. Ye Lin coldly conjured a small fireball, retorting, Don't worry, I'll let all of you here experience it. The teal-haired guy burst out laughing, scoffing. A fireball? You're such an idiot. But the fireball in Ye Lin's hand suddenly swelled abnormally, leaving Wu Shaoqi's entire group stunned. He unleashed the forbidden art, Flame God's Breath, a colossal sea of fire engulfing the arrogant provocateur. Wu Shaoqi questioned in shock. Ye Lin, we are all the future of Daxia. How dare you severely injure him like that? Calm down, I'm a fair person, Ye Lin said. Then activated an Ice Storm skill scroll. He advanced towards the trembling figures, icy energy gathering in his hands. What he just experienced, you will all taste as well. A razor-sharp ice storm was unleashed, signaling the start of a new, brutal punishment. Wu Shaoqi and Yiningning stared blankly at the sky, covered by countless ice spears, wondering, how is this possible? How can an ice vortex possess such power? Wu Shaoqi roared, while Yiningning panicked. Impossible. How can he use both fire and ice magic? Facing his enemy's terror, Ye Lin coldly extended his hand and commanded, Try this. Hundreds of razor-sharp ice spears simultaneously plunged down, aiming directly at the huddled group of top students. In that life-or-death moment, Wu Shaoqi yelled, summoning a golden shield. Holy shield! The icy storm violently collided with the barrier of light, creating a deafening sound. Under the terrifying impact, the holy shield began to crack. You've got to be kidding me! Wu Shaoqi gritted his teeth, unable to believe his sturdy defense was about to collapse. With no retreat, he poured all his strength into a counterattack, roaring, Golden Cross Blade! A slash of pure light was unleashed, tearing through the howling ice storm. Wu Shaoqi rallied his teammates. Attack together. I don't believe he can handle all of us. The powerful golden slash shattered the encirclement, hurtling straight towards Ye Lin. From afar, another group of contestants witnessed the scene and couldn't help but murmur, Wow, is this kid fighting 10 top students all by himself? Ye Lin merely smirked, pulling out a card. Haha, I'll show you something even more interesting. Suddenly, a colossal shadow enveloped the entire forest, obscuring the light. From above the 9 heavens, a gigantic fiery meteor was plummeting at terrifying speed. Wu Shaoqi looked up, his face pale with despair. What? Is this guy really that strong? The observers also realized the horrifying truth. This isn't stonefall art. This is a forbidden art, heavenly starfall. My god, he's a forbidden art master. The gigantic ice storm created by Ye Lin swallowed a vast mountainous area. Inside the storm, Wu Shaoqi and Yi Ningning were swept away helplessly, screaming in pain. Pinched tightly, Wu Shaoqi roared in despair. Ye Lin, I am a descendant of the Wu family. Do you really want to confront me? Ye Lin responded with a chilling smile and a middle finger. Relax, you won't die here anyway. It'll just hurt a little. But the nightmare didn't stop. Another gigantic meteor began to plummet, leaving the onlookers stunned. Another meteor is falling. Wu Shaoqi's group desperately clung to their last ray of hope. Even if you're not afraid of the Wu family, what about the Supreme Academy? Ye Lin merely watched their figures silently from afar, seemingly considering the threat. Then he smirked. What a coincidence. The Supreme Academy rejected me, so we're not classmates. Enjoy yourselves. The meteor collided with the ground, creating an earth-shattering explosion. The other contestants could only tremble and exclaim, How terrifying. That forbidden spellcaster, he's not human. The ground shook violently, and dust obscured the entire sky. When the dust cleared, a contestant stammered. Wu Shaoqi's entire group lay motionless in a deep pit, utterly defeated. Amidst the desolate scene, Ye Lin gently landed on the ground. He casually ordered the onlookers, You guys, take them for treatment. The remaining people rushed over, horrified to see Wu Shaoqi and Yi Ningning lying in puddles of ice. The world is finally quiet. Ye Lin brushed his hands and turned to Mi Shui. Let's go. See if we can catch up to that treasure toad. Meanwhile, at the gathering area, Supervisor Zheng Ganqi remarked, "This year's top scorers are truly powerful." He and his female assistant were still unaware, wondering why no one had been eliminated yet. It's been so long, and no one has arrived here yet. Just then, a contestant carrying an injured person rushed over, shouting in panic, "Someone's injured! Quickly come and save them!" At the gathering point, Zheng Ganqi looked at the unconscious Wu Shaoqi in horror. Such severe injuries? Did they encounter a high-level monster? "Pastor, heal them." He turned to question the messenger. What did they encounter? What happened in the secret realm? The young man stammered. "They just ran into a forbidden spellcaster." Zheng Ganqi was stunned, his eyes wide. "What? A forbidden spellcaster?" Meanwhile, elsewhere in the secret realm, Yahello sighed, looking up at the moon. "Lost its trail. It's all because of those guys." By the campfire, Mishwe asked, "Yahello, are you really not eating anymore?" Yahello replied, "I'm full, I need to rest. Tomorrow I have to level up more." Looking at the resting young man, Mishwe thought to herself, "I've never met anyone who levels up as fast as him. I need to try even harder." Suddenly, a strange sound startled her, making her look up. Huh? A gigantic, three-headed monster, blazing red like fire, appeared towering before them, making Mishwe exclaim in horror, "Cerberus!" The beast roared an earth-shattering sound, spewing out a destructive surge of energy. "Yahello, be careful!" Mishwe screamed as Yahello quickly pulled her away, narrowly escaping the explosion. Yahello looked at the monster, showing surprise. "Well, it's a high-level monster." Mishwe quickly pulled his arm. "No, it's not." Standing on the edge of a gigantic pit, Yahello realized, "It's Cerberus. I didn't expect such a terrifying monster to be in the secret realm." He turned to Mishwe, his gaze firm. "You step back. This one is tough to deal with." Mishwe replied worriedly, "Be careful." Cerberus's three heads simultaneously looked down at the blazing fireball Yahello had just thrown. Without hesitation, one of the three heads opened its mouth wide, preparing to directly confront the magic. It swallowed the fireball. The attack only caused a small, harmless explosion inside the monster's mouth. Both Yahello and Mishwe were stunned. Mishwe stammered, "No way. Did it just swallow that huge fireball?" Immediately, Cerberus counterattacked, spewing out a terrifying stream of green liquid. The death-infused fluid shot straight towards the two of them. "This green liquid is extremely corrosive," Yahello shouted, quickly pushing Mishwe away and dodging the attack himself. Yahello quickly dodged the corrosive liquid bubbling around him. Immediately, the monster's gigantic claws struck straight down at his head. "High-level monsters are really tough," Yahello muttered, activating Forbidden Spell, Karma Fire to increase his speed. He charged forward, provoking, "Hey beast, you like to eat, don't you? I'll give you all of this to eat." From the sky, Forbidden Spell, Eternal Lightning descended, aimed directly at Cerberus. The monster was hit, a surge of green energy piercing through its body. Without flinching, it immediately gathered a deadly energy sphere between its three heads. Two of the three heads roared an earth-shattering sound, full of ferocity. A torrent of corrosive green liquid was sprayed straight towards Yahello and Mishwe. Yahello raised his hand, summoning Forbidden Spell, Wailing Great Wall to block the attack. Immediately after defending, he switched to offense, creating a long spear of ice. "Die!" Yahello roared, throwing the spear with all his might. Cerberus was hit, letting out a pathetic howl of pain. "Let's see how you swallow this," Yahello said coldly, preparing for the finishing blow. A gigantic pillar of lightning descended from the sky, engulfing both Yahello and the monster. Mishwe watched in astonishment as the monster's body disintegrated. "It's still not dead?" Yahello suddenly shouted with a panicked expression. "No, it's trying to self-destruct. Run. Don't let the black flames touch you," he yelled, grabbing Mishwe's hand and fleeing. Both plunged into the forest, with a terrifying explosion engulfing everything right behind them. Having narrowly escaped death, both sat panting, as a notification of a level 36 monster defeat appeared. After the battle, Yahello and Mishwe unexpectedly discovered a familiar creature. "Look, it's the treasure toad from last time." The toad spat out an item, and Mishwe explained, "This is dragon-scale gold ore, an extremely rare material for crafting epic, tier equipment." Yahello was displeased, pressing his sword against the toad and growling, "Spit out more now." However, the next thing it spat out was just an ordinary stone, disappointing both of them. His anger flared, and Yahello threatened, "You dare give me a useless stone? Spit out all the treasures." Meanwhile, at a camp, Zheng Ganqi received a report. Mission accomplished. The surgery was successful. He thanked the medical team and reassured them. Wu Shaoqi and the others have almost fully recovered. Rest assured, I will report everyone's contributions to the higher-ups. Zheng Ganqi turned around, stopping a limping figure, stepping out. "Wu Shaoqi, your body hasn't fully recovered yet. Don't go outside." Despite the advice, Wu Shaoqi, his face etched with resentment, gritted his teeth and roared a name, Yahello. Leaning on crutches, he stepped out of the tent, yelling in hatred, "I'm not done with you yet." Cutting back to Yahello, he had tied the treasure toad to a stake by the campfire, his voice full of killing intent. "Little toad, still don't want to spit out all the treasures?" The toad could only let out desperate croaks as Yehlin's hand, enveloped in a stream of green energy, drew closer. Yehlin sat down, his voice eerily calm. "Little toad, I have good news and bad news. The good news is your days of suffering are about to end." Then he looked up, his gaze as sharp as a knife. "And the bad news is, your days are also over." Without hesitation, Yehlin pressed his hand, crackling with lightning, onto the treasure toad. From the toad's mouth, a magnificent spear, radiating a brilliant golden light, was slowly pulled out. Immediately after, a terrifying explosion flattened a vast area of forest. The explosion left a gaping void, trees crushed into dust. Strangely, the treasure toad survived the catastrophe, hiding fearfully behind a rock and letting out weak croaks. Yehlin held the divine weapon he had just acquired. Both he and Mishui were stunned. "Wow, isn't this just too powerful?" Yehlin spared the exhausted treasure toad. "I'll let you off this time because you seem honest enough. Now, go." He excitedly turned to Mishua. "Let's go, Mishua. We need to find more monsters." But looking into the distance, a strange silence enveloped the entire forest. Yehlin frowned in confusion. "Why are there no monsters at all?" Mishui pointed out the harsh truth. "It seems all the monsters in the secret realm have been completely wiped out by you." Realizing it was useless to stay, Yehlin decided, "There are no more monsters here. Staying would just be a waste of time." Meanwhile, at the exit gate, a crowd of contestants was buzzing. "Why are there no monsters in the secret realm?" a girl recounted. "When we entered the inner area after leveling up, there was nothing left but scorched marks on the ground." She sighed, deciding to wait. "Let's wait for Wu Shaoqi and the others. I wonder what's happening." Suddenly, someone in the group exclaimed in panic upon seeing two familiar figures. "It's Yehlin. Stay away from them. They're too terrifying." When Yehlin and Mishui arrived, Zhang Ganqi, the supervisor, stopped them. "Are you sure you want to leave the secret realm?" Yehlin replied without hesitation. "I'm certain, sir." Zhang Ganqi nodded. "All right then, record your level here." Yehlin held up two fingers, casually announcing a shocking number. Level 25. All the contestants were stunned, then erupted in disbelief. A level 25, Forbidden Arts Master. Could it be that he killed all the monsters? Zhang Ganqi stopped him again. "No, you can't leave. You are very likely the national top scorer. You must wait to receive your reward." At the same time, Wu Shaoqi had just exited the gate, his face scowling. "What a rotten day," he complained irritably. "Caught a treasure toad, and got nothing. Searched all day and didn't find a single monster." His teammate rushed over, pointing towards Yehlin. "Young Master Wu, all the monsters have been wiped out by him. He's already level 25. Wu Shaoqi was stunned, fury erupting in his eyes. "What? Level 25? Damn it." Mishui sneered. "Some people are truly pathetic. Entered at level 22 and left at level 22. Wu Shaoqi roared in anger, joined by a female contestant. "What good is a short-lived Forbidden Arts Master? He'll only hinder the future of Daxia." Mishui refused to back down, yelling, "It's because you're incompetent and couldn't kill any monsters, yet you mock us." Amidst the argument, a surge of dark energy erupted, and Yehlin was the first to sense the anomaly. "Huh? What's that?" Mishui panicked as the ground beneath her feet began to shake violently. The entire space of the secret realm swayed, the sky stained an apocalyptic red. The other contestants also fell into chaos, one person screaming in horror. "Look, the exit, it's disappearing." The stone gate leading to the outside world cracked and then vanished, extinguishing all hope of escape amidst desperate screams. A colossal demonic energy pillar erupted from the ground, a voice echoing, "Tremble, you weak humans." From within the energy pillar, an army of grotesque demonkind began to pour out. Zhang Ganqi and Yehlin were stunned, the supervisor exclaiming in horror, "Demonkind!" He realized the gravity of the disaster. "Impossible, they've appeared right here in the top scorer's secret realm." Yehlin didn't flinch. He took a fighting stance and roared, "You demonkind, you dare invade the human realm? How audacious." A demon queen slowly materialized, her voice as cold as ice. "You humans are merely food for us," she continued, revealing a horrifying truth. "You dare imprison our kin as slaves for your hunt." Her jade green eyes flashed with deadly intent. "You are truly seeking death." The death sentence descended upon the stunned contestant. Zhang Ganqi immediately stepped forward to shield them. "Everyone, fall back behind me. Reinforcements will arrive soon." The old supervisor alone faced the colossal shadow of the enemy. Without hesitation, he charged straight into battle to protect the future generation. Amidst the chaotic battlefield, Zhang Ganqi bravely charged towards a demon. The demon queen ordered her subordinate, "Luda, This human is yours. Zenganchi roared. Don't you dare touch them. But the queen casually replied, Don't worry, I'm just playing with them. She provoked, I hear you are the strongest humans this year. Fight me. And if you win, I'll let everyone go. The queen's level 20 declaration sparked a false hope among the contestants. A young man stepped forward, boldly declaring, I will fight you. It was Lin Zian, the top scorer of Sao City, level 21. Everyone's hope, but that hope vanished when a single punch from the queen landed squarely on his face. Lin Zian was sent flying like a ragged puppet, crashing into the terrified crowd. Another contestant, holding a spear, recoiled in extreme fear. The demon queen scoffed. A top scorer? What a joke, as weak as an ant. She looked at the trembling crowd. What's wrong? Too scared to step up? Humans truly are a bunch of cowards. On the ground, Lin Zian pointed at Ye Lin, yelling, Ye Lin, with great power comes great responsibility. What are you waiting for? All eyes and criticisms turned to Ye Lin, who had cleared out the monsters in the secret realm. Mi Shui angrily yelled at Wu Shaoqi, who was shamelessly blaming everything on Ye Lin. Ye Lin calmly faced Wu Shaoqi. All right, everyone hand over your high-grade equipment, and I'll deal with it immediately. Wu Shaoqi was stunned, growling. Are you trying to extort us? Ignoring the harsh words, Ye Lin turned and instructed Mi Shui. Mi Shui, collect all this high-grade equipment. The demon queen crossed her arms, amused by the internal strife among the humans. Ye Lin narrowed his eyes, his gaze sharp. There's always one rotten apple, disturbing my peace. The suffocating silence signaled an impending battle. In the desolate land, Ye Lin alone faced the imposing demon queen. His eyes shone with determination, while his opponent responded only with a look of disdain. Without hesitation, Ye Lin unleashed. Fireball, the crowd of contestants murmured, Wu Shaoqi skeptically asking, facing an enemy like that, and he's using a low-level skill? The demon queen merely stood indifferently, watching the weak fireballs fly towards her. She laughed arrogantly. Ha ha ha, using fireballs against me. You truly are peculiar. The queen easily blocked Ye Lin's attack with her bare hand, but on the young man's face, a mysterious smile suddenly bloomed. Suddenly, an earth-shattering explosion erupted, startling the queen. Huh? What is this? Submerged in a sea of flames, she couldn't believe her eyes. Was that the fireball from earlier? From afar, the other top scorers were speechless before the colossal fireball, one exclaiming, Why is Ye Lin's fireball so powerful? Thinking victory was assured, a contestant cheered joyfully, but Ye Lin sternly warned. Wait, look, the blazing flames were suddenly sucked back in by an invisible force. The demon queen emerged from an energy black hole, completely unharmed. Interesting. Very interesting. The wound on her hand quickly regenerated. Then she made an offer. I like you now, be my dog. Ye Lin sarcastically retorted. I like you too. How about you be my son? While preparing a new spell talisman. Realizing words were useless, the queen lunged for the kill, just as Ye Lin was preparing his sacrifice. Suddenly, a colossal wall of earth and rock rose from the ground, blocking her attack. A mysterious figure wielding a spear appeared, breaking the stalemate and interrupting the deathmatch. Ye Lin braced himself, silently cursing the weight of his opponent's attacks. The demon queen continuously unleashed skills, determined not to give him a second to cast a spell. Below, the crowd panicked. Damn Ye Lin, why is he just dodging? Use a forbidden spell. Suddenly, the girl in the cheongsam was confused. Why is it getting so hot? My lips and hands are all cracked. From above, the queen scoffed. As long as I can interrupt your spell, you're just a weak human. Ye Lin smirked. Running away? Look around you. The queen was stunned to realize that the entire sky was covered by countless magic circles. What is this? She frowned, not understanding what was happening. Ye Lin raised 2 fingers, growling. Just a normal illumination spell. Explode. Instantly, a colossal vortex of light engulfed the queen. The terrifying destructive power of the explosion seemed to tear through space itself. At the heart of the storm, the queen remained calm. Magic shield. She confidently declared from within her defense. You can't hurt me. But that was just a feint. The forbidden spell Eternal Thunder had already been summoned. Pierce through it, Ye Lin roared, unleashing a lightning spear carrying his full power. The magic shield shattered, and the queen watched in horror as the spear hurtled towards her. The lightning spear pierced her chest, and her body began to disintegrate in agony. How dare you? She strained, clutching the weapon that was destroying her, you human. Her rage erupted. The queen screamed frantically. I will kill you. Roaring die, the demon queen shot forward. Ye Lin gritted his teeth, his gaze unwavering despite the terrifying pressure. A massive boulder was flung away by the shockwave, embedding itself deep into the ground. The demoness hovered in midair, arrogantly declaring, I'll chop off your head and hang it in my study. Suddenly, Ye Lin knelt down, his hoarse voice uttering 2 words. Sacrifice. Forbidden art, karma flame, he whispered. combined with 50% fire element amplification and enhancement effect. With dark marks spreading across his face, Yahello smirked. Can you handle this? The Demon Queen looked up in astonishment. The sky above her suddenly covered in mysterious golden magic circles. She exclaimed in panic. What? Those sparks didn't disappear. Immediately, a destructive orange energy pillar erupted from the ground, engulfing her. The crowd of contestants, both stunned and overjoyed, cheered. We won! Yahello did it! At the epicenter was a massive crater, and Yahello stood there alone, smoke rising from his body. On the ground, the Demon Queen gasped in a pool of blood, muttering, Impossible. I lost to a human? At the same time, Luda roared furiously at Zheng Ganqi. You damn human, how dare you injure my master? Seeing the monster bypass him, Zheng Ganqi frantically yelled, Yahello, watch out! Exhausted, Yahello could only watch in despair as the high-level monster charged, thinking, Am I really going to die? Suddenly, a slash tore through space, stopping Luda's attack. Everyone, from Yahello to Zheng Ganqi, looked up in astonishment. It's City Lord He, a majestic figure descended, a voice full of authority echoing, Haha, reinforcements are here. You demons, if you've come, don't even think about leaving. He Yunfeng looked down condescendingly, scoffing. You should have stayed in your own territory, shouldn't you? As he finished speaking, a destructive beam of light descended from the sky, aimed directly at the demon horde. A short-haired female contestant couldn't help but exclaim in surprise, Wow, he's so strong. The demon guard quickly caught his master, urging in a panic. My lord, we should leave immediately. This human is too strong. The demon calling himself Gallagher pointed at a contestant, growling. You're Yahello, aren't you? I'll remember you. One day I'll take your head. With that, the two demons hastily rushed into a spatial gate, leaving behind a promise. We will meet again. Planning to leave? He, Yunfeng, smirked, his expression full of challenge. He coldly called after them. Do you think I'll let you go so easily? Simultaneously unleashing a pursuing energy beam. The demon guard screamed in terror, warning. My lord, watch out! Gallagher turned back, his face pale with horror at the unavoidable attack. He furiously roared. He Yunfeng, don't get cocky, and summoned a giant demonic hand to defend. But the City Lord's beam easily pierced through that flimsy defense. The explosion created terrifying pressure, making the spiky-haired young man exclaim. Such intense pressure! The young girl's hand clutched her gasping chest. She collapsed, bracing herself against the terrible aftershocks of the confrontation. From afar, Gallagher's provocative voice echoed. If you're so capable, come find me in the demon realm. He Yunfeng retorted sharply. The day will come when the warriors of Daxia set foot in the demon realm and wipe you all out. The battle ended, and the majestic city lord descended to the ground. He clasped his hands in apology to the contestants, but everyone unanimously defended him, asserting that the fault lay with the despicable demons. He Yunfeng announced that the teleportation gate had been restored, asking the top contestants to return and rest. Amidst the crowd sequentially departing, sighs of relief and fear echoed after a life-or-death examination. Standing next to a sobbing Mi Shui, Yahello tiredly thought, It's finally over. Night fell upon the city, signaling a brief calm after the storm. Returning to his hotel room, Yahello collapsed onto the bed, acknowledging the danger of this secret realm. Suddenly, a knock on the door made him sit up, wondering if Mi Shui had knocked on the wrong room again. But upon opening the door, Yahello was stunned. The uninvited guest was none other than City Lord He Yunfeng. Yahello, I've come to check on your injuries, He Yunfeng said with a smile to the bewildered young man. Yahello humbly replied that he had recovered, but He Yunfeng brought up his feat of defeating the royal demons. Are you willing to serve Shencheng? The city lord got straight to the point, offering recruitment. He Yunfeng revealed that he knew Yahello was a forbidden art master, and that Shencheng needed his power to deter the demons. After some deliberation, Yahello replied that he wanted to accept, but needed to consult his master first. Upon hearing the name Zhuge Qingxing, He Yunfeng chuckled. So it's Mr. Zhug. Very well, I will go to Qingcheng myself. Just as the city lord was about to leave, another knock on the door sounded, drawing both their attention. A cat-eared female attendant brought in a fruit tray, saying it was a reward for the top contestant. The girl quietly entered the room, her expression submissive but exuding a chilling aura. Suddenly, she paused, raising her head with sharp eyes. Huh? What's that smell? Invisible killing intent erupted from the attendant's purple eyes. Sensing deadly danger, He Yunfeng yelled, Yahello, watch out. The assassin lunged from behind, her dagger flashing with killing intent. Die! But the blade was blocked. He Yunfeng coldly questioned. A level 50 assassin? Who sent you? To the girl's astonishment, he growled. Tell me who sent you if you don't want to die. When she remained silent, a heaven-shattering kick from the city lord sent her flying. The assassin collapsed on the floor, blood oozing from the corner of her mouth. Seizing the opportunity, she quickly grabbed the dagger, making He Yunfeng realize her intention. With a determined expression, she yelled, "I can't speak," seemingly trying to end her own life. But then, her hand went limp, her life fading before the blade could even touch her. He Yunfeng deduced, a poison that can kill a level 50 assassin in an instant. The mastermind behind this is not simple. Yaelin immediately replied, "Could it be the Wu family?" He turned to reassure him. "Yaelin, rest assured. I will investigate thoroughly. I will make Wu Shaoqi apologize to you." He Yunfeng angrily turned on his heel. "The Wu family is going too far. I will send someone to investigate this." Yaelin could only sigh wearily as he faced the pile of troubles alone. Just then, a rapid knocking echoed from the door, making him even more annoyed. Good heavens, who is it now? The door burst open. Mi Shui rushed in, full of excitement. "Yaelin, you're the top student nationwide. You've brought glory to your family." But he simply replied curtly, "I'm an orphan." Mi Shui froze for a few seconds, unsure how to react. She quickly regained her composure, raising her phone. "Anyway, you're amazing. Come on, let's take a picture." But through the phone screen, Mi Shui screamed in horror. "Why is there a dead person here?" Yaelin calmly said, "Mi Shui, could you call someone to clean this up first?" Seeing her suspicious expression, he explained, "Don't let your imagination run wild. She's an assassin sent by Wu Shaoqi to kill me." Mi Shui immediately became furious, rolling up her sleeves. "What? That guy tried to kill you? Let's go. We'll find him and teach him a lesson."